Welcome to the NBA Draft live show. Please hit a like on your way in. The NBA Draft starts very soon. We will take your call-ins for if you want to talk about the OG Anunoby deal, if you want to talk about the Denny Avdija trade, if you want to talk about who the Raptors should be picking, if you want to talk about why I'm off my rocker. I don't really care. This is going to be a good time for the Toronto Raptors. Hopefully, don't do anything too stupid tonight. I am very curious to see what's going to happen. I am a little bit nervous. We will have Twitter /X on the screen so we can keep up. We're going to be monitoring the comments, so everything will be live and reacted to instantaneously. And we all know that that is exactly the best way to be. I'm getting one bar again on the internet. I hope my internet does not stall at this point. That would suck. Of all times. Hi, M. Dirk saying, y'all think Bruce getting traded tonight? Could be. Could be. 42 for OG is insane. I completely concur. And I'm a really big OG Anunoby fan. If there's anyone, I literally spent the entire morning talking about how much OG is worth to a bunch of Knicks fans, and they just could not believe, and they were calling me an OG Glazer. And even I will say, for sure, OG is one of my favorite players. If there's anybody who understands positional versatility and the value of roster building and, everything that OG does that goes underreported, it's me. 42 million is absolutely insane. Waited all year for this. Facts. Why did the Rockets trade those picks? It was tampering. It's not tampering. I wish we got that 14th pick. Well, find me a Denny Avdija on your roster that you're willing to trade. So, personally, I don't think we need to insult OG in order to feel better about him going to the Knicks or, staying with the Knicks. I think, honestly, you can look at this from a long-term dividend perspective and just say to yourself, would you be happy paying OG Anunoby 44, 45, 46, $47 million towards the end of that deal, given his injury history, given, his limitations offensively? Or are you just going to be happy, with RJ Barrett at 25 million? He's a younger player, probably the better offensive player, the healthier player, right? I've kind of sold myself on this idea that I'm really happy with where the Raptors are. I really am. I'm cool with it. Knicks got two really good wings in Bridges and OG. Damn. So here's the thing, YouTube expert. Yes, they did get two really good wings. What did they pay for them? Right? 5 first-round picks plus a pick swap is crazy overpay, in my opinion. Plus an expiring contract from Bojan Bogdanovic, who's still a okay player, right? Michael Carter saying, Wizards traded their only promising player. You must not have heard of Bilal Coulibaly. He's a good young player. But yes, I agree. I really like Denny Avdija. Jason Watson starting off our super chats tonight. Thank you so much, young good sir. I was about to say thank you so much, young man. No, thank you so much, good sir. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you being in here. Todd Kelly talking about the insane overpay. Look, man, I don't think that much of my basketball analysis, but I think $5 is fair game. All right. There's no need to be talking shit about it being an overpay. Okay. I'm just kidding. I believe RJ has another gear in him, especially Washington positioning themselves for Topic and Sar. I think they are, and that would suck because honestly, Nikola Topic is one of my favorite players in this draft, and to have him going to Washington to play with the likes of Jordan Poole would suck. But we're going to get on to Adrian Wojnarowski's X page / Twitter page, and we are just going to refresh. Okay. So I'm going to need to log in. I'm still on my girlfriend's computer here. So let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let me log in. Do the Raps make any? D saying Utah taking Topic. I could definitely see Utah. There's just like way too many Rhonda Bloom. Haha, what did I tell you, Rob? Buddy makes 4 different videos on OG and look what happened. Okay, I realize that there's always someone out there who misses the nuance. My take on OG was simple. I have never said the Raptors were going to take him back. I said it's 5%. I've never said it was higher than 5%. And yesterday, I literally went on X when the Mikal Bridges trade came along, and I said 98%, like 96% likely he goes back to the Knicks. What I was saying, what I was disputing was this idea that OG was necessarily going to go back to the Knicks. I don't buy that. And honestly, if you buy that, you're dumb. Because if he was necessarily going back to the Knicks, if all the early reporting was true, honestly, it's impossible for them to pay this much. They paid him this much because he was not a lock to come back. They had to convince him to come back with that, right? You said 5.2%. Okay, cool. I think I said 5%, but that's cool. I don't really care. Claxton back to the Nets. All right, I'm gonna ask everyone to do one thing. If you have an opinion about something, if you want to say like I think Claxton's going back to the Nets, say Claxton. Okay, so Claxton is going back to the Nets as per Woj. Chat's moving a little too fast to ban you, Rhonda. Nick Claxton intends to sign a 4-year, $100 million deal to return to the Brooklyn Nets. Whoa, that's crazy. So I think that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal for them. I mean, he's limited, but he was in a really bad situation. I think if he had tested the market, I wonder if he could have gotten more. Um, but I was projecting his range to be around 22 million, 25 million. It's not that bad. It's a steal for the Nets. He's a pretty limited offensive player, man. I don't know. I think that's fair value. I think that's close to fair value. I think I would have gone 22 to 25, given the context of where they are as a team. They wanted to retain a young asset. I think it's fine. In a couple of years, that's not going to look like a very, very big deal. He's young. He's athletic. He's a really good rim protector. He has a little bit of versatility. I think it's fine. And honestly, at that price, you can still trade him off. I think that feels fair. John Hamilton saying Misi is Claxton in 2 years. Honestly, I was watching a lot of Clint Capella early tape. It's interesting how much Yves Misi has in common with him, but also a little bit of Serge Ibaka, a lot of bit of early Pascal Siakam. The average debt an American owes is $104,215. The average person doesn't understand finances. It's okay. That's smooth. That's a smooth way of saying it. Yeah. It has always shocked me when I look at the when I looked at the data on this, how many people are living paycheck to paycheck, like to the point where I think like what's the stat? Like it was a significant portion of hold on. Okay, Rob, did you see Denny's contract 11 million? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some people just get crazy shafted. Denny Avdia, Herb Jones, these are some of the craziest like contracts in the league. And then you have a guy like Nick Claxton. It's just like it's insane. Um, the average person in this lab is American. No, I think the average person in this lab is Canadian. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna still be here, but I'm just gonna take myself off video and I'm just gonna try to log into Twitter. Um, hang on. It would be so much easier if someone just called in to have a conversation. Call in, call in and have a conversation. All right, go. I'm sure it's similar in Canada and America as far as the average debt goes. Um, I don't think it's similar, because largely because the student debt in the United States is so huge. Can you make Collins sub only? No, you can't. I guess it depends on where he's going. Okay, we got FAN. Man.
It's my TV. Hello.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Happy for OG. Well, like you said on your last video, grossly overpaid, but they didn't have a choice.
That's exactly it. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do at this point? You traded away every draft pick you own. Well, almost every draft pick you own. You traded away a ton of draft picks, and at this point, you're locked into that outcome, and it's not a bad outcome to be locked into. OG, Mikal Bridges. It's not like they locked into 4 years of Bradley Beal. No offense to the Phoenix Suns, or locked into 5 years of Cade Cunningham. No offense to the Detroit Pistons. That's going to come real soon too. So I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with it. It's the context, right? It's the context of where you're at. The deal makes sense because Mikal is underpaid, Jalen Brunson's underpaid. You know what I mean? Like all these guys are pretty fairly paid. But the minute Jalen Brunson's up for an extension, now we're talking different, right? So Jalen Brunson's probably going to take another haircut on his next deal because they got him OG. They got him, Mikal Bridges. And if you're building a team around Jalen Brunson, you got to have those long wings, right? So I totally get it.
And this guy said he's likely going to take a pay cut to stay with the Knicks.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah.
So now they gotta well, that changes everything, right? But now you gotta what are you getting back for Julius Randle?
Do you have to trade Randall? You can keep everybody.
You have to trade Randle. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's tough though, man. Like, I mean, from cap perspective, that is a very, very tough deal. Is the Yak deal better now with the Nick deal? Okay, I'll ask you. You prefer Jakob Poeltl at 19.8 million or 19.7 million? You prefer or 19.5 million? You prefer Nick Claxton at 25?
I prefer Yak.
Interesting. I'm like of the opinion that they're both equally overpaid.
Yeah.
It's almost equivalent. I think there's a case to be made that Jakob's a better player, but Nick's the younger player and the more versatile player. So I don't know.
It gets interesting with the Portland trade, right? So don't be surprised if Zach Edey or Kelly Wade drops to the Raptors.
Khalil, bro, weren't you okay? Let me answer
I
me
think
this: were you high on
Memphis.
Jalen Hood Shafino last year?
No,
Why do
no,
I remember you saying Jalen Hood Shafino's name 5,000 times? It's like when I hear Jalen Hood Shafino, I only say it in
no,
your
no.
accent. You didn't like
Oh my
Jalen.
goodness.
You
No,
didn't like
no.
Jalen Hood Shafino. Who
I
did you
couldn't
like
even.
last year? You didn't like Grady Dick. Who'd you like?
What's the guy that went to I thought Grady Dick was going to be going in the top 10, right? So I was leaning for Case Wallace and the guy that went to Atlanta,
Kobe Buffkin.
Kobe
Okay.
Buffkin. Yeah. I was more.
All
I
right,
thought we
I
are going to
can't
pick
I
Kobe
can't
Buffkin.
slander you too much for liking Kobe Buffkin. Kobe Buffkin's all right, but Kobe Buffkin did not have a great year. Anyways, I guess like my issue is you seem to say things with the definitive. This is what it is. Khalil Ware is going to be good. Khalil Ware's, and I don't think that's true.
I like Heller where I think he has the
Why?
talent. He can he can block, he can score inside, he can shoot from the outside. I know that people talk about his defensive awareness and things like that, right? But you're not getting a ready-made player at 19, so some of those things can be taught. The other thing I don't like about him, I fear about him is like I don't want him to like come into the Raptors and maybe it's one of those players that don't work hard and things like that, then just get drafted and just. But if he puts it in everything, I think it's gonna be he should be a top 10 pick.
Okay, so why isn't he a top 10 pick? You know what I mean? Like
Because
sometimes
what
I look
happened because what happened at Oregon
what happened.
when he didn't really play well at Oregon and he struggled.
Okay, but why are we talking about what happened at Oregon like a tsunami hit the city? But bro, like you're talking about his play. It's his play that's the issue. His
But
his
but you
effort,
wa-
his
you watch
motor.
you watch his play at Indiana, right? Did
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Indiana was different. Average like 2 point something blocks, over 10 points, almost 10 rebounds, and something like that. So
I
short
mean,
term,
I'm,
some
I'm not
people
I'm
don't.
not gonna be super upset about it if we drafted him. I'm just
I
saying
think
I'm
I know
not
your
rooting
guy.
for it.
Your guy is miss you. I'm hearing that it's gonna go before 16.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too.
Yeah. So if you have to pick between Kellaway or what's his name again, Kitchen George, who would you pick? I've been hearing
None.
Kitchen.
I, I would go out of the draft. I would trade out.
What about Isaiah Collier?
I'm not a fan. I mean,
Tristan.
Tristan da Silva,
Yeah.
again, like, yeah, I get it. Sure. Sure. I can get on board with Tristan da Silva. At least I can see the utility from the role player perspective. I can kind of get my head around him being, this valuable archetype, right? Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, I finally recovered my Twitter account because I was trying to log in on another computer and it wouldn't let me. And it's asking
Oh
me like a
wow.
million different questions. So here we go. Finally, we got Twitter. We got it open. We got Woj. Thank you. Gosh.
We're just not gonna be calling the draft, right? It's gonna be Shan, right?
Yeah. Um, let's see here. Claxton 100 million deal has also been worked out by his agent.
Oh wow. That's interesting. Wow. Wow. I had if Dillingham falls to 18, are you picking 19? Are you taking him?
Yeah, Rob Dillingham, maybe just as an asset, but then I have a bigger question about why he's dropped that far. And now I'm like, who wants him? Right? I'm creating a bidding war for that 19th pick. If someone like that
I'm
falls that
hearing that
doesn't fit
Dillingham
in,
and Holland they are likely gonna drop.
I think you have to ask yourself why they're dropping. I mean, these are two prospects. I mean,
Dillingham is size, right? And defense.
mm, Christian saying if Misi is off the board, I'd like the Raps to target Bona. I like Adam Bona. I would not want them to take Adam Bona at 19. That would be crazy.
Not even at 31.
I'm okay with him at 31.
If you have Tyler Smith, Pacom, 38, AJ Mitchell at 31, are you gonna or Cam Christie at 31? Are you gonna take Bonner?
I can get myself on board if Jonathan Mogbo is off the board. I really like him. Okay, like his
I'm
his
hearing that Boston likes him.
yeah, I hate that. For his sake, I want him to go first round. It'd be great for him, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
if the Raptors guy is off the board, don't be surprised if the Raptors reach.
Trade or the trade down.
I don't know about trading down. I haven't seen them do that too often. The Raptors don't really like move around the board too much. Like I was hearing some rumors about maybe the Raptors moving down in the Scotty year to get six, and then it just never happened. So
Who were
I
they
just
planning to take at 6?
Scotty.
Oh, Scotty wasn't gonna drop to fast 5.
Yeah, and I think that was the fear. So like my larger point here is that if you if you can get shit, I lost my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought completely.
If you can get one first round and a future second round or future first round.
I mean, again, like I think if you get somebody that you like at 19 who can build with your program, all these kids are relatively young. Whether you're talking
Yeah.
about an older guy like Tristan da Silva or an older guy like Jonathan Mogbo, or you're talking about a young guy like Bub Carrington or Rob Dillingham, all these guys are young. There's different scales of young, yes, but you're paying, you're going to pay a guy, you're going to pay more for a guy that you have more information about in a sense
Mm-hmm.
versus a guy that you have less information about and you're filling in the gaps yourself. So it's a guessing game, right? It's a guessing game to say what would Rob Dillingham be if he was a 4-year player, right? I don't know what he's going to be. Is he great? Is he the best player in the country? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's injured. I don't know.
I don't
So
want a small guard with quickly. We already have one small guard, and
I
then
don't think the
quickly is
Raptors
like
are going to think about that at all. To be honest with you, like I think the Raptors are going to
just my
say
opinion,
if
right?
no, I get it, and that's
Hmm.
natural. It's like a human thing to not want to pair guys who don't fit well together. But from my perspective, like the Raptors have always thought about picking the best asset, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's always going to be about we're going to take the guy, that's on the board that we believe grows their program the best. And, if it's a point guard, if it's a power forward, if it's a center, if it's a redundant pick, I'll tell you right now, if Donovan Clingan, if the Raptors traded down to 9 or something and Donovan Clingan's on the board, I find it very hard to believe they pass up on him. They value that type of player a lot. So does it matter that he's redundant with Jakob Poeltl, or do you deal with that later? I think you deal with that
I
later.
think I think you do with it later, 100%. The best player available.
Yeah. John Hamilton saying Dunn is mocked to the Knicks at 24, but I doubt now that they have OG and Bridges. See, again, they would still take him. I think they would still take him. He fits their DNA so perfectly.
They're likely gonna trade those pick with their current salary cap.
Hmm. A Tong, thanks for the super chat. Hey Rob, love the player's choice combo today. Any chance one of those speakers will be featured on your show? Um, We'll see. Maybe. I expect to be on Player's Choice a little bit more from now on. We'll see. But I enjoyed my conversation. I enjoyed my time there. It's always fun debating hoops with Chilltown and all those guys for 3 hours. I like it when the conversation stays respectful. Some people in the comments don't like the conversation stays respectful. They want people to be tearing each other's heads off. But I really liked the conversation today. I think there was a lot of like really good, deep basketball talk, and I really liked it. So, yeah, I really appreciated that.
Was the conversation about the draft or basketball in general?
It
Everything.
was largely about OG and the Knicks, and
Mm-hmm.
then it morphed about 2 hours and 10 minutes into a conversation about the draft and who I like. So in this draft, I have Zachary Risachet as my number one pick in this draft. That is my,
And he's gonna be number one. What do you think about the Sa refusing to work out for the Hawks?
um, yeah. So the thing with Alex Sarr, so here I'm just gonna put my entire board on
Okay.
just for everyone to see, like where I landed on most of these guys. I ended up having a writing assignment last night, and I ended up having to prepare for the live today, and all that stuff. So I was just like, man, I really wanted to do this video essay and with all these players and put up their stats and stuff, but I just ran out of time, man. Like I ended up watching so much film on these guys. I just wanted to be like aware. And eventually I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to parlay all of that knowledge into like videos. My girlfriend's been bugging me for weeks. She's like, yo, when are you gonna come out with the 5 minute profile on Ease Misi? When are you going to do the 5 minute profile on this? And also, all my fucking typos are here. Dylan Dones
Mm-hmm.
instead of Dylan Jones. Tristan De Dilva instead of Tristan De Silva. My bad, y'all. I did not fix the typos. So, Don Vito saying, I do not like Alex Sarr for the record. So many red flags. I don't know about so many red flags, but there are enough red flags for me to back off of him pretty easy. I think like him not wanting to work out for the Atlanta Hawks, him maybe not wanting to be a Hawk, that doesn't mean shit to me, you know? I get it. Like a lot of prospects are trying to avoid the Hawks. Agents deliberately try to push their players towards situations in which they believe that their clients are going to get paid, and yeah, so I'm not too worried about that at all.
And apart from
Um,
that, the Hawks they have not done very well with their last few rookies, right? Just
That's another
keep,
one. So I
yeah,
think that's something that people need to keep in mind is there's a lot of good prospects that they have drafted and they haven't done well. And if I'm the Raptors, I'm calling the Hawks right now. I am straight up. And I am looking at Onyeka Kongwu. I'm looking at AJ Griffin and I'm dangling whatever is necessary. I don't necessarily think the Raptors need to go crazy and, make a deal for Cam Johnson. As much as I love Cam Johnson, I love Cam Johnson.
I think
Very injury prone.
you're likely gonna overpay, right? Because Cleveland is gonna likely reach for him.
Hmm. Dylan Shute saying, "Hi Rob, any potential 3-and-D wings in this draft?" Yes, there are a couple. Some of them are theoretical, some of them are older, but I like Isaiah Crawford as a 3-and-D wing. He
The,
has a
the,
lot of OG Anunoby in his game. Um, a
is
lot of
Isaiah
injuries
Crawford the
too.
one that has injuries?
Yes.
Yeah, ACL,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So he even moves a lot like OG, honestly, the positional
Hmm.
versatility. So I'm hoping that he hears his name called tomorrow night. I don't think he's going to be a first round pick, but he's a really interesting he's an interesting player. In terms of 3-and-D, I mean, Zachary Risachet is a 3-and-D wing and he's going
The
first overall.
Devin
Um,
Carter.
Devin Carter, yeah, he is. Are you crinkling something, Fa?
Sorry, my t-shirt is hitting my mic. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So yes, I could see Devin Carter being that 3 and D wing, especially if his 3-point shooting last year holds up. Um, Stefan Castle wasn't really a 3-point shooter at UConn, but I really believe that his 3-point shooting will come around. And while he sees himself as a guard, I still see him as a bit of a wing. So I could see a world in which Stefan Castle becomes the premier 3-and-D wing out of this draft. So yeah, those are the guys. Other than that, it's a lot of threes without the D, and then a lot of D without the three, you know? So there's like the Ryan Dunn, which is D without the three. And I'm not sure the three is ever going to come along, but he's a really good cutter. And I would consider Ryan Dunn as high as 31. But if the Knicks take him at 24 or 25, I'm out. Um, and then I look at a player like Ron Holland, where the defense is a question and the 3-point shooting is a question. But man, if it ever comes together for him, he's a really interesting prospect too.
Really, really interesting. Really.
Yeah. Justin Stewart, any value guys you want at 31 other than Mogbo? I'm still hoping either of Flip or Holmes is there. So really warming up on Deron Holmes. I like Deron Holmes a lot. Very skilled, big, very humble. You know, athletic profile maybe does not appeal to me nearly as much, but the high level of skill and his self awareness and his ability to pass, as we know, the Raptors do like bigs who can pass, and Darko loves bigs who can pass. I think I wouldn't be super surprised if Deron Holmes wasn't the pick at 19. That wouldn't be surprising to me. Tyler Smith, if he falls at 31, could be a really interesting upside pick. Johnny Furphy, allegedly, everyone has just plastered it that he has a first round promise because he turned down NIL money. Baylor Shireman is another guy that I think, you know, could be in that range. That I think is just a really smart plug and play player that I think is really interesting.
Paco
And
38.
Bronny James, bro, I'm gonna say it, Bronny
No,
James.
no, no, no for me.
That could be a no from you all you want, man. I
I
think
don't know.
Bronny James is a very interesting athlete. I'm saying it straight. I think he's
It's
a
gonna be
very
a lot.
interesting.
It's gonna be a lot of distraction, right? With the clutch and everything. Oh, you got to. First of all, you got to sign him a contract, and then next you have to play him. All the drama.
Okay, the
Yeah.
contract thing I get, but they're not the first agency to do that. Let's be real. And they're not,
I'm
this is
okay.
not
I'm
the
okay
first
with the
client
contract.
they've
I'm
done
talking
that with.
about. Oh, you're not playing him. You're not playing him and things like that. With all the.
I don't okay,
It's,
so
it's
so
not.
I
It's
think
not
I think okay,
developing.
so here's the thing. I think Rich Paul gets a bit of a bad rep. Okay, honestly. He's not a dumbass, right? He's not about to be like, "Oh, yo, like this is a business, right?" And the truth is, like Rich Paul gets a bad rep because a lot of people are really bad at business, and he's not bad at business. He's good at business. So it's in his interest to push Bronny to a situation where no one's going to screw up his career. And if that is, you know, the Toronto Raptors, I think, you know, as much as everyone's saying, oh, it's Lakers, it's Lakers. No, I think the Lakers are just there as a threat to everybody else that if you don't
I
do it right,
agree.
this one
I
team is. But
I agree.
if Masai Ujiri calls up, you know, Rich Paul and says, hey, we're thinking about Bronny James at 31, I don't think there's going to be a lot of pushback because for Rich Paul and from his perspective, Bronny has a really good pathway to being good, like for the Raptors. You know what I mean? They're going to work with him. They're going to make him better. Athletically, he's a very interesting player. Again, his level of fluidity, yo, I think a lot of people are taking his USC tape out of context. A lot of people want to say that's the gospel on him. Jonathan Gavoni, who is one of the smartest, well, he's pretty smart. He's a pretty smart guy. Okay. He has been the resident draft expert. The same guy a year ago was touting Bronny James as a top 10 pick. So if Bronny James was a top 10 pick last year, okay, yeah, he had a surgery. It's a very devastating, a very serious surgery. He came back from it regardless. So he didn't sit out the whole year. He actually came back from it. And people are using his numbers on a very bad team against him. And I'm saying I get what that the tape looked really bad. But also look at who he was as a high school player. He was not a bad player in high school. He was not a bad player at the McDonald's All-American game. So look, I get that maybe the hype about him being a lottery pick was premature, but he's firmly a second round pick for me. And he's very young. And if he had gone back to school, I could see him being a late first rounder next year. I think it could have definitely happened for him. He's not a scrub. He's not a scrub,
So,
man.
so if that's the case, would you take Isaiah Coley at 19?
I get why It makes
K was
sense.
K was like one of the best player coming out of high school, right?
He was, and the same logic that applies to Bronny does not apply to
Yeah,
Isaiah Collier because they're completely different types of players. Um, oh my gosh. Um, Jeez. All right. Maybe the one thing that I wouldn't appreciate about Bronny is all the LeBron haters that suddenly end up in your chat, man. That's just weird to me. The weird energy that this kid gets. He's a really good kid. He comes from a really good family. All right.
yeah.
He does
Hmm.
nothing wrong ever. He's like the nicest fucking kid ever. You know, he's humble. He's a great teammate. He's good to his family. His mother is friggin' amazing. His dad's a good community guy. I understand LeBron has his haters, but man, like people really do not appreciate good people in today's world, man. This mad weird energy is right. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I mean, look, Davion Mitchell is a pretty interesting floor for Bronny, right? Like Bronny's gonna be a really good defender.
Really, really
I
good.
don't, and he's
Really
a
good.
really good connective passer. And you know, I think the only thing missing from his game right now is like he's a really smart player. Bronny James has everything I like in players other than the size. If he was 6'4", 6'5", this might be a different situation.
It would have been a different story completely.
Yeah. I mean, like he has a lot of the things in common, minus the playmaking that I liked in Peyton Watson. I love Peyton Watson as a prospect. And, you know, Dyson Daniels is another guy. I just like guys who play the right way, connective pieces who play the right way. Is Bronny James going to be a superstar, all star? No, not a chance. I would bet my life on it that he's never going to be an all star. So, okay, fine. If you want that type of upside, go bat on Isaiah Collier. But I'll bet you that Bronny James has a clearer path to being a serviceable 10-year role player than Isaiah Collier, right? The
It's
upside
okay.
is okay, like what the argument that we had on player's choice, and I think that it's a valid argument, is how many different pathways to success does a prospect have, right? So like when I look at a Pascal Siakam, right? A point that I have repeated so many times at this point. When I look at a Pascal Siakam, I see a guy who had like 10 different ways to be successful, right?
Hmm.
I don't see 10 different ways for a lot of these other guys to be successful. I'm sorry, I just don't. Some of these guys, they only have two pathways to success. Bronny has multiple pathways to be successful. That's what I like about him. So, yeah. They're saying here we go. Draft starts at 8:30, right?
Is it 8:30 or 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock.
Well, the draft coverage starts at 8 o'clock, but the
Oh,
draft
it
actually starts
started.
at 8:30. The
No,
actual pick.
it starts at 8 o'clock.
Bro, it's 8:05. What are you talking about?
The commissioner is on the stage.
Hang on.
Yeah, it's on the stage. Draft has started.
Okay. So I'm going to put this screen up here. I have the TV on in the back. I was initially going to put the okay, so he's on the stage, guys holding the Boston Celtics jersey. I was initially going to put the feed on, but with what
Hmm.
happened last time, if you remember, where the stream got cut
Yeah.
and I got a community warning, I was like, yo, if that happens again, I'm screwed. So I'm not gonna risk it this time.
Are you gonna be looking at Sham, or you wanna wait for the commissioner?
Well, Shams is going to beat the commissioner nine
Yeah,
times out of 10. The only time he's not going to beat the commissioner is on the
it's
Raptors
Raptors.
pick.
Yeah, Raptors. You got that right. Cause we don't leak. You know, Isaiah Collier worked out for the Raptors late.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I heard they were trying to do their due diligence on him.
Hmm. So it
Um,
was in Toronto quietly.
so
Then AJ Mitchell also came too.
hmm.
Then this guy too, I think he came quietly. Cam Christie.
So wait, are the Hawks on the clock right now?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Okay. Wow, that's wild. I don't know why. I was like, yo, I think the draft coverage starts at 8 o'clock, but I think the picks start at 8:30. No, the Hawks
No,
are literally
the cover started at 7:30. I have TV on my background. Yeah.
okay. All right. I'm thinking like I almost like there's a part of me that wants to just stream it off my phone and so that we can all see it together and that we have a live feed, but there's also a part of me that's just like, what if they shut down your live? YouTube is weird sometimes. All right. Well, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm not going to be missing anything with watching Zachary Risochet walking across the
Yeah, I'm
stage.
not
So
worried. I'm only gonna be paying attention when it's close to like the teens. Is
yeah,
Zachary? I think number three, the third pick is gonna be. I think Houston is gonna go with Reed. The fifth pick is where um Klinga might fall. Klinga might fall too, and Memphis is gonna trade up for him. That's my take.
yeah.
So
American
they're dangling
superstars.
two first round picks.
Yeah. Um, I think most of us are watching on live TV while we listen here. Yeah, that's probably how I would do it if I weren't currently running this. So that makes sense to me. Um, NXKO saying second round is tomorrow. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I
4 p.m.
want.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting.
I think they don't
Bronny
want to go.
James.
They don't want to compete with the U.S. election.
Hmm, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, look, I think I just I just joined and thought he was talking to Masai. Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, FA, apparently you're Masai Ujiri.
Ye- we're both originally from Nigeria, so it works.
So who's going first? I think Sar. I think not. It's
No,
Risa
it's
Shea
like
number one.
this is shade number one.
But if Sar goes number one, that throws everything into a loop, bro.
That means
Because
that
it's
there's
like,
a likely a trade.
yeah, that could mean like, but it's like,
They try to trade with the Wizard, but Wizard was like, you know what? If you pick Sar, we'll take Richard Shea. We're good with him.
yeah, Hawks have sent the first pick. All right, all right, all right, all right. And the pick is in. I gotta watch this partially because I'm a really big Zachary Risochet fan. But here we go. The pick is in. I'm just gonna enjoy this moment with everybody. They're just showing the crowd, bro.
Zachary Shea is it. It's Zachary.
Am I on delay? Like, what's going on here? They're just showing
Sham,
Zachary Risochet on the, and they're showing Alex Sar here. What?
Sham already tweeted it.
Okay, okay,
You're not on delay.
okay. That's what I was like. I saw it. Okay. So first pick goes to the Atlanta Hawks, as suspected. Zachary Sachet, the number one pick. Um, boom. All right, let's talk about it. I love him. I think,
It's a great pick for them.
yeah, I think he is just a fantastic young player. I think the playmaking is better than people realize. I think the defense is better than people realize. I think the impact on winning is better.
Even the shot creation in the last few games of the season, you can see big improvement.
Absolutely. And I think like ultimately it just comes down to this. You know, we become parrots, right? When people said
Hmm.
there's no first round pick, there's no
Hmm.
first round pick. Look, man, these are young players. They're constantly evolving. The good example for the Raptors community would be Scotty Barnes coming into the workout process, measuring a little bit
Hmm.
bigger than people thought he was, working out on his shot. He's shooting a little bit better than people thought. And suddenly, okay, he's a top four pick.
He was projected number 13 from 8 to 16 actually before they combined. Then after they combined, woo, he moved up to top 8.
I think Scotty was projected seventh. So I think you might be misremembering that, or I'm misremembering it. But Scotty was seventh to 12th on most mock drafts prior to the draft cycle. And then you go into the
Hmm.
draft cycle, and the exact opposite of what has happened for someone like Zachary Risochet.
Hmm.
I saw a mock draft, and I mean, like, honestly, anyone, internet time machine is godsend, just to see where people were so that they can't lie, where they really were. I saw internet mock draft Zachary Risochet 16th overall. 16th overall. There was one with him 20th overall. There was one 12th
Is he
overall,
NBA
7th
draft
overall.
NBA draft.net?
Probably something like that. I'm just saying, like, I think that it just comes down to this. Like, these players are wildly, King Ali, I called it. What's the Powerball, bro? What is the Powerball? Okay. Um,
Somebody had a bet of $500 to win 125,000. That Bronny James is gonna be the number one pick.
that's dumb, bro.
That's
I
very dumb and stupid.
Yeah, I ended up making a
So
very, very small bet on Zach.
back to back here with two Frenchmen.
Yeah, and I'm actually like the only way that this was not going to be Zachary Sachet is honestly if the wrong team traded up to one. Because I'll tell you this right now, from what I heard, most
This
general managers would have picked him number one. So
the
all of this
Spurs
talk about
the Spurs they were trying to trade up to number one to get him and pairing with Victor.
right. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think it kind of comes down to this. Like, if you're a team, you are taking a chance on any player you pick. You are taking a chance, and you can tell yourself that this chance is better than that chance or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's still a chance, and so you take the chance on the player that has 8, 9, 10 paths to being
Hmm.
successful. Zachary Sachet has a ton of different pathways to being successful,
He
right?
can score. Basketball is all about scoring, right? So he has length and everything.
Yeah, and I mean, look, this is not a typical first overall pick. I firmly believe that in an average draft, Zachary Sachet is probably pushing fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth, in a
Like
draft. But
5 to 10.
yeah, but he's still the best of the best when it comes to this group. Now, who's the second best of the best when it comes to this group? I don't think it's Alex Sarr, but I do think Alex Sarr is going number two here.
He's going number
And
two.
ironically, they are pairing Alex Sarr with Bilal Koulibaly, so they're pairing two Frenchmen. Um, what do you think happens at number three? Because I think the draft really starts at number three.
I think it's if they don't trade, then it's gonna be Reed.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Castle is gonna go for to the Spurs.
That is the way the draft is supposed to break. I think if there's any team that is going to buck the trend and, kind of go off the
It's
board, it's going to
Detroit.
be San Antonio.
Yeah,
No, I think, okay, so I think, who do you think Detroit's going to pick?
I think they're picking. If Klingan is there, they're picking Klingan for Memphis.
Okay, that's cool.
Uh,
So this is going to be interesting because I don't agree with you. I think they're going to pick Matis Buzelis.
I think they have a feeling that he's gonna drop to ninth, and if he doesn't drop, then they'll take this guy's what's it called Williams.
Okay. Capital
Cody
Gain saying
Williams.
it's a solid bet. In 10 years, Ricochet will not be the best player from this draft, but no one knows how 19 to 12, 22-year-olds will blow up. Look, that's exactly it. I don't think I would take that bet. So that's not the reason for picking him number one. Okay. People have to
It's,
understand how probabilities work.
you're making a decision based on what you have now, the data you have.
Exactly. So look, the odds, like, it's like heads or tails, right? It's 50-50, right?
This guy is going to sir.
There we go. So Alex Sarr goes number two.
So the
Um,
third pick is the main. Let's see what goes on in three.
Washington picking Sarr. Yes. Yeah, and I mean, look, it just kind of comes down to this is the information we have. This is our reasoning for making the pick. The way we're making it, that's what we're gonna do. And so, if you are if you're the Washington Wizards, based on the information you have right now, can you really say that Nikola Topic is going to be better than Alex Sarr? You can always say, oh, Bronny James might be better than Alex Sarr. There's a possibility of that. Yes,
Because
there is a small sliver of a
there's a
possibility.
lot of extraneous variables, right?
Exactly.
The team you play. If OG was and went to another team, wouldn't have gotten he went to New York with the market and everything and the hype and the playoffs, their results and things like that. That's why I got the math.
It's genius. Yes.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is, right? Because if
Mhm.
OG had gone to Charlotte,
Yeah.
it's not a max contract.
No one is, you get
Mm,
something like $30 million
You know what I think it
because.
is? Like he drew a lot of attention to himself because of the Raptors' unwillingness to trade him. Like
Hmm.
all those years, the
All
Raptors are
those
just like
years, yeah.
dangling him, but not trading him. And then you suddenly hear rumors like, "Oh, gee, not traded for 3 first-round picks, not traded for 4 first-round picks."
And then when he
Honestly,
went to New York, they said they were not winning before he joined New York. When he went to New York, they went on like eight or run or eight straight
exactly,
wins. Then he
exactly.
got hurt. They started losing. Came to the playoffs, they were winning. Then he got hurt in the playoffs, and they bowed out.
That's exactly it. And so
Hmm.
it kind of comes down to this, right? Like if the media likes you, and the media clearly
Hmm.
likes OG a lot, and I like OG a lot, so there's no shade. But ultimately, he's not that. He's not that. Okay, like he's not what they're saying he is. So yes,
Hmm.
Washington is picking Sar at number 2 in the NBA draft. Good stuff.
And
Happy.
the same thing with Pascal too, right? Pascal played well in the playoffs, so obviously then it became a no-brainer for him, for them
Absolutely.
to, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like the thing with Pascal Siakam, like the championship hype, like a
Hmm.
lot of value there. The
All
unique
NBA, all 2 times
situation,
All NBA.
two-time All NBA, NBA champion, All Star, etc. So all of the
Kind of.
resume. But I tell you, like if his market was as hot as people say it was in Toronto, they would have gotten a lot more back for him. People acting like Toronto could have gotten this and that and whatever. It's like, bro, Mikal Bridges is worth more than Pascal Siakam. 100%. On that contract, he was worth more, right? So it just
Even OG too, right? If
mhm.
not if not for the injuries, OG is worth more.
Yeah, he is. Um, but anyways, look, I mean, I'm personally thrilled. Look at all the players that left the Raptors that everyone wanted
As,
us to keep, right? They all got
exactly
40
right.
plus million. They all
They
got
all
40.
got mass.
They got massively paid. Okay, Fred VanVleet, 42 million. Pascal Siakam, 45. OG Anunoby, 43, 42. Bro, can you imagine that 3 guys who were on a team that got bounced by the Chicago Bulls in the fucking play-in got a
Hmm.
combined 123 million dollars. That is just
And
madness.
add Yakapoto to that. That's hundred and
And
forty
Jakob
million.
Pertl add to that 20 million, bro.
Yeah,
These guys played. They gamed the system. It's great. It's good for them. These are all
it's good.
guys that the
It's
Raptors
good for
brought
them,
into the
but
world.
it was a
They brought.
smart decision to either trade them or whatever, because you got to move on.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a young player looking at this right now, thinking about what team do I want to go to make sure my next contract is secured, Toronto Raptors, man. The Raptors get their
Exactly.
guys paid, and even when they don't get them paid, they send them to situations so that they can get paid. Look at how much Kyle Lowry got paid. 30
Hmm.
million at the age of what, 34, right? He got
Yeah.
massively overpaid. Every Raptor gets overpaid. Everyone
They,
talks
they
about
are,
how we
yeah,
overpay guys. We get guys overpaid by other teams. That's 4 different teams. Indiana overpaid
my
Pascal.
fear now is that I hope we don't overpay quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. He hasn't been here long enough. Yeah. Um,
The good news is that he's his player option, right? So his is no, we have his embed right, so we can always match any contract. So that's the only luck we have. You don't want it to get there.
Houston's taking Reed Shepard at number 3. So that
Good.
is secured.
So,
And
so when
honestly, I did a mock draft, I want to say a month and a half ago, and it's pretty
so
much the
so
only mock draft I ever did. And I thought I was being so bold putting Reed Shepard high. I think I had him third. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone in the chat.
you
I
did.
had him at third. I had
Yeah.
Alex Sar. I had Alex Sar at fifth, and I had Zachary Risache at number 1. So it's Zachary Risache and Reed Shepard. I called that a month ago.
So we're
Um,
both we're correct so far. So number 4, Stephen Castle.
it's is it already out?
No, no, I'm calling it.
Yeah, I think that should be secure at number 4. But if it's not Stefan Castle, who do you think it could be? If it's
Klingan.
not Stefan Klingan,
Yeah.
okay. I think if it's not Stefan Castle,
Is Matthias
Matas Bezos. I
Buzelis.
have a feeling there's like some contingent of weird draft people that are super smart that really like that guy.
I like him.
If not him, like I'm curious where Donovan Klingan's floor is because right now there was all this talk about Donovan Clingan.
Everybody wants to trade up to get Clingan, right?
Exactly, but like it's weird because it's like there was people being like, okay, if Atlanta doesn't take him at number 1, which they clearly haven't, and if Houston doesn't take him at number 3, which they clearly haven't, then what's his floor? I think his floor is 9.
I think his floor is 7.
I don't think his floor is 7, bro. I think his floor is 9. Because like I'm saying
Portland.
floor. I'm not saying Portland's not interested. Portland is definitely
Okay.
interested.
Oh yeah, it's 9. It's 9 Memphis. Yeah, you're right.
Memphis to me is the floor. With Nikola Topic, I think the floor, unfortunately, is 18. Fuck.
I agree. I agree.
They hired his
100%.
dad as a scout last
That's
year,
it.
and I
Yeah.
heard about this, and then I friggin'
Mm-hmm.
forgot about it, and then I was like, "Oh, there's no way they're passing on him."
Damn,
Imagine submitting that scouting report.
if it falls to 17, I'm doing everything to swap with Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know if the Lakers are gonna deal, but that would be crazy. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Bruce
Because the
Brown,
players, like the
Heat.
Lakers, if it falls to 17, right, the players Lakers want likely gonna be there at 19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Graham Kennedy saying read at 3. Sham just announced. We're ahead of you, man. We're like 3-4 minutes ahead of you. Who's going number 3?
what for?
Read, bro.
Oh,
What are we talking about?
asking.
We already talked. We already said it. Reed Shepard number 3. That is those first 3 were really locked. Keon saying who was picked number 1. Zachary Sachet has gone number 1. Alex Starr has gone number 2. Maybe I should create the banners while we're here. I should do that. So
I was gonna say
1
that.
Reese Sachet, 2 Sar, so that anyone coming in can see that. And then 3 is
Rich Shepherd.
Yep. Okay. Did I spell Reed Shepard right? I think I did. Let me see here.
Yeah, let me open my phone to full screen.
Sheppard. I think I did. I am, by the way, this is an embarrassing time to admit this. I don't spell well. So now I got to look at my video where I probably misspelled a lot of shit to check. Yeah.
Once they see read and chef, they'll understand who the player is, whether you're communicating. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Number 4, who goes? Does San Antonio leak? I know if it's Raptors, you're not gonna know.
San Antonio Spurs also pretty notorious about trying not to leak, and they usually go pretty off the board. But let's see.
Except for last year, it was in November.
Reed Shepard. Like, I think a lot of people clown this guy, but honestly, just watching him, I'm very happy for him. He plays the right way. He's a really good basketball player.
I think it's because the tournament game.
It's unfortunate.
Just one bad game.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Among all the Houston young players, we're talking Amen Thompson, Reed Shepard, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Cam Whitmore, right? All their Alperen Sengun, all their young guys, Tari Eason. That's 7 young players. Who do you like the most, second most, third most? Can you rank them?
Sengun.
Okay.
I think, sadly, Shepard goes number 2.
Who? Shepard?
Yeah.
Over Amen Thompson, bro?
He can't score.
Oh, man. I think I would put Amen and Jabari over him, but he would be 4.
Oh, Jabari too. Sorry, I forgot Jabari. Then probably him or Ahmed 3, but Ahmed can't really score concrete.
I get it. So I would put Amen 3 because of the defensive versatilities and just madness. And offensively, I think he's going to be further along than people think. I would put Reed at 4. I would put Cam at 5.
What
I
about
put
Jalen
Cam
Green?
Whitmore at 5. I would put Tari Eason at 6. I would put Jalen Green at 7.
Oh, wow.
That's just straight up disrespecting Jalen Green, but that's how I
So
feel.
what do you think is gonna happen to Jalen Green this summer? Is he gonna get what kind of contract? Is he gonna get an extension?
I mean, yo, honestly, I'm curious because a lot of people, been trying to debate me and say like I'm too low on Jalen Green and blah 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 blah. Like he's gonna get paid. He's better than OG Anunoby. He's better than Herb Jones. I'm like, shut the hell up. No, he's not. This is the least value. Was the second least valuable player type. The guard who is small, who does nothing but score inefficiently, is like the least valuable player type in the league. The second least
Mm-hmm.
valuable player type is the power forward who can only play power forward. These are the least valuable, most dying archetypes. I think the third one would be the point guard who can't shoot, right? Like the unathletic defensive liability point guard who can't shoot. So all of these to me are like
The big man that cannot rebound
or a big man who can't shoot, or a
and
big man who
rebound.
can't provide space or rebound. Yeah, like so incomplete bigs are like up there, but at
San
least
Antonio, San Antonio, Stefan Castle,
there we go. Stephon Castle, number 4, San Antonio. So the
Clay.
entire draft so far has broken out exactly how it's supposed to break out.
So Klingan nest.
So really the draft is starting at number 5. And now number 5, Detroit Pistons, new
It's
front
gonna be it's
office.
gonna be Matai Baselis or Klingan, but I think Klingan and they'll trade him down.
I don't think it's going to be Clingan. I think it's going to be Matas Bazalas. Okay. Based on what Tranger Langdon has done in his previous stops, can we gain any insight from that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I could sell myself on Matas Bazalas. I could sell myself on Dalton Connect as a crazy, crazy,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I agree. 'Cause if they're trading down, right, it is Klingan to Memphis
mm-hmm,
because then they know that one of Kenneth and Baselis is gonna be there for them at 9.
mm-hmm, yeah. Brandon Pylon here with the super chat. Appreciate it. Thanks for the draft content. Been a while since I caught a stream. Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Justin Stewart, any chance of a poll for our pick unless it's too much work to keep updating? We should do a poll. Let me try to see if I can log into YouTube here and then I can run the stream from that. That would be smart. That's a good idea. Let me see if I can do it. Log out. Okay. I should be
Man,
able to do it.
the Spurs are gonna be good defensively.
Yeah, they should be. Um,
Yeah, perimeter and what's his name?
what would you do with
Wemby.
what would you do with their second pick though?
I think if I take Kenneth.
So Dodson Connect and that's interesting. Putting a lot of really interesting and smart players. I really like the pairing of Stephon Castle and a lot of people early on were saying like, oh, you should take Rob Dillingham. You should take Rob Dillingham because Wemby will clean up everything. And it's like, why would I put that pressure on Wemby to have to clean everything? Let me put a really, really good
Wemby,
defender.
Wemby can play five spots in the court, right? If you watch their game against Boston Celtics, they move the ball around away from him and jack up the shot from a different side of the floor.
That's smart. They should
Hmm.
do that.
They played him
Um,
really. It was brilliant to watch. Like just like when Raptors played him, and this guy gave him the triple double on blocks. Uh,
absolutely.
uh,
And it's like, I mean,
Grady Dick.
I so I would be very curious to see if they go for Cody Williams at 8.
Oh yeah, Cody Williams is also still there, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that would be a good pick too. But the question is that did they want to try and win now?
Yeah. I mean, I think you got to start building towards winning. I
Hmm.
don't think they're gonna convince themselves that they're gonna be
they can
like,
be tanking forever.
yeah, but I mean, imagine the prospect of pairing Victor Wembanyama with potentially Cooper Flag next year. I mean, the embarrassment of riches that it would be, right?
is Bailey Nolan Traore?
Yeah. Okay, so let's create a poll here. Who should Toronto pick And I'm gonna put Yves Misi,
You gotta put my guys
Deron
there, please.
Holmes.
How
Who
many
else?
how many how many names can you put on the poll?
4. So I got
Oh,
Deron Holmes, Yves Misi. Who else?
Darren Holmes is not gonna be there. We're not taking Darren Holmes. It's with the first pick. So go
We
for his
could.
miss. I think it's gonna be 26 or 28.
Okay, I'm gonna put Kalel Ware just to make you happy.
I was
And
gonna tell you to put ED, just like ED.
oh my God, Zach Edey is gonna
No,
win this.
no. Put but Carrington.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna take Deron Holmes and put Bub Carrington.
Okay. I don't think I don't think we're taking Kelly.
So why you been hyping him up and giving me an aneurysm all these years, man? Come on. Okay.
I'm looking at the
Who sh-
trends.
who should Toronto pick so far? Okay, we got Yves Misi in the lead, obviously, because I've been hyping him up pretty much nonstop for the last,
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute my laptop and go on YouTube on my laptop and take the poll with you.
you gotta contribute to the poll.
I got to. I
You
gotta.
got you gotta pick Kalel Ware.
I'm gonna say who's there. Let me.
It's nerves, man. I'm nervous right now. I'm like really nervous because I feel like I'm gonna snap open Twitter and it's gonna be like the
What's
Toronto
gonna?
Raptors have traded, 4 future first round picks for
Oh
Cam
wow!
Johnson.
Is Messi is winning?
Yes.
Wow.
San Antonio selecting. Da, 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 da,
See, I
da.
can tell. See, this is.
Okay, now I'm just curious what the Pistons are gonna do here. Again, my guess would be that I'm wrong here, but I'm guessing Modest Buzelis. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But it feels like that's what they should do here, given what they have around Cade. The only reason that you maybe go away from this is because Cade, not the greatest shooter, not a lot of shooting around him. Modest Buzelis, questionable shooter. So let's flip the script here. If I'm taking best shooter available, do I maybe look at Cody Williams here? He's not the greatest shooter. He's
It's
not a
not
high
the
volume
greatest
shooter,
shooter.
but he has flashed a little bit more shooting upside than Modest Buzelis. So, like,
Then if you're
honestly,
looking
if
for
I
a
was
shooter,
if I was
why
the
not go
Pistons
Dalton Connect?
at 5, I think that will be the mental jump. I have never known Trajan Langdon to take seniors other than like I don't know what
Oh
he
yeah,
was he is the guy who was in charge of the Trey Murphy Herb Jones drafts, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean he has a type, and his type is Dalton
Clingan.
Connect. Sorry, is Modest Buzelis, but we'll see. Ron Holland could also be, sneaky, weird. Everyone's saying he's fallen, he's fallen, he's fallen. What if he just goes to 5? But I don't see a world in which they draft. I'm pretty confident they're not going with the center here because I really like.
That's what I'm saying. They take a
eh,
center is for they're trading the center, right?
Okay, so you're saying they're going to trade this pick, or
If
they
they'll
would
trade
trade their
down.
existing center?
No, they're not trading Jaren Duran. No,
Okay,
they'll
well, see, that's
trade.
the thing with a new front office. You never know. You never know. Do they feel about Jalen Duren the way I feel about Jalen Duren? Because he's also a non-shooter, and maybe the clunky fit with Cade is a little bit weird.
Is Klingan a shooter? No.
Clingan is Clingan may have some shooting potential.
Yes.
That is as nicely as I can put it. Probably a little bit more than Jalen Duren.
Wow, they went with Ron Holland, number 5. You're right.
Ron Holland.
Yeah. Wow.
There we go. All right.
One for Rob.
That's wild though, right?
Wow. But he can't shoot. Wow.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised I'm right too. Like it
Wow.
was my second choice. I kept saying Modest
Uh-huh.
Buzelis, but then when I thought
Yeah, but
about it, I'm like,
you said it just before the pick.
okay, okay.
Wow.
Um, I get it. Like I know a lot of people are gonna clown them. I'm not gonna be one of those people. I
But
fully understand this from their
you
perspective.
have Jaden Ivey. They need shooters. They need people that can score. Wow.
Hold on. I'm gonna give the Detroit Pistons uh, an applause using my new soundboard for being
Okay.
gutsy.
Wow.
All right. That corny effect is only useful 2 to 3 times per live. Otherwise, it gets super annoying. Karen Hall, thank you very much. Yes, I must update the banner, and I will update that banner. Thank you very much for reminding me to do that. Okay, number 4, Stefan Castle, and number 5,
So what does
Ron.
that tell you? Dillingham, I don't think he's falling like people said.
I think Rob Dillingham is going to fall, like people said. I don't think Ron Holland was
I
going to
think it's
fall.
gonna go between 11 and 15. It's not gonna pass probably to OKC
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, the 14th pick. Wizard already traded. Wizard has the 14th pick now, right? So they might pick a point guard.
Mm. Okay, so in terms of our poll, 36% have said Ease Misi. The rest of you said, okay, so we got 25% and 25% for Bub Carrington and Zach Eady, and 13% said Kalel Ware. Okay, so clearly I have tainted your thoughts on Kalel Ware, and now if the pick is Kalel Ware, basically we are going to be the equivalent of the Raptors Republic Party after Scotty was drafted, which is just a cesspool of disappointment.
I'm gonna be honest. When the pick Scotty that night, I was on the phone with Paul. I was like, "Geez, Masai, you had one job to do. Just say Jalen suck." Then later I started
Casual,
warming.
bro. Casual.
I'm being honest. I started warming up during the. I was like, "Geez, why are you picking so high?"
Would
Well,
know.
Ron
Yeah.
Holland is young, so
Yeah. I had a friend of mine who would know, who was connected enough that I would believe him texting me. And he said, shit, it sucks. Right before the pick was coming in, he said,
hmm
shit, it sucks. I went outside and I lit up a cigarette. And I was like, oh
Oh
no.
my God.
I was really in my feelings. I almost listened to a Drake song. I was
hmm
sad, you know? And then I get a text and I'm just like, I'm not even looking because it's probably a whole bunch of people saying, see, you were wrong. It's not Scotty. It sucks. And I get another text and I look down at my phone and he's like, just kidding. It's Barnes. And I ran right inside just in time for Adam Silver to say, with the 4th pick, Scotty Barnes. I was so happy. And then I saw him dancing. I was super happy, man. It was like the best draft moment of my life. Really happy.
See, I like Scotty then, but because I watched it worked out and everything, but like, okay, can't shoot. That was what was, okay.
I think prospects get branded like that.
And then the thought process of we're trying to get a Kylari replacement, right?
Yeah. T Dot's finest saying Memphis has moved up. Oh boy. So
Okay.
Memphis is moving up probably ahead of
So
Portland to get their big man, and that is likely going to be
Klingan.
Klingan. So
So
Zach Edey,
they moved up to what number?
I think they're moving up to 6, right?
So who has 6 right now?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay.
Let's see if this is true. So we're not seeing anything from Shams.
Then Charlotte,
So
I think Charlotte likes Cody Williams.
where are you getting this moved up thing? Who got it? I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Is anyone else seeing it? Is it Woj? Who's saying it, man?
Let me open another browser here and see what which is saying.
Pistons are keeping the pick focused on Ron Holland, sources tell ESPN. Another team working to move up and secure Donovan Clingan, sources say Portland.
Donovan King. Oh yeah, but Portland has the
Portland has a
7th.
7th pick. They're going to move up to 6th.
It's possible that it happened last year, right? Indiana
Yeah,
and
you can move up one draft point just to screw the other team trying to move up ahead of you. Wow. This is 2024 and we've got a, three-way bidding war for the services of Donovan Clingan. That's awesome. I like him. Um
I know
Raptors move him up. That would be
Woj
nice.
was saying before the draft started that Klingan floor is 7. That is not going past 7.
Yeah, I don't like. I think it really depends on who has him. I think Memphis really, really wanted him. So, okay, Modest Buzelis going to 6. Charlotte. All
It's
right.
going to 6.
Yep.
Oh wow.
That's a good move. That's a smart move for them. And
I hope they start winning so that I move them to my second
Paradise
team.
Lost saying, when is Raptors' turn? 19, yo. Come on.
So you're
Been
looking
talking
at
about it for weeks.
yeah, you're looking just do 5 times. We're the seventh pick now, right?
Hmm.
So in the next 1 hour, so just quarter to 9 Eastern time. Should do the math.
Mm. Is 6 a confirmed? Has anyone confirmed it?
I thought you just
Buzelis?
said it.
Like I said it, but I said it because the chat said it. Is it confirmed by someone else other than in the chat? Okay.
I don't see it anywhere yet.
I'm just gonna write it out. Um Gosh. Let's see. If you had to guess where Modest Buzelis is from, where would you guess? Like origin, country of origin.
Somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
You said I should guess,
he's
right?
Lithuanian.
You said I should guess.
Uh, ES says Memphis got Klingan. Jake Fisher tweet. He walked it back from.
Oh, Charlotte is speaking Tijan Salon.
Oh shit. Okay.
Wow. Wow. I think I'm not very high on him.
Yeah, you know what? Neither am I. Okay, so let's change that up.
Wow. Another French player that moved off.
That's crazy though.
Hmm.
3 of the first you want any evidence that it's a copycat league? 3 of the first 6 players after what we just witnessed at the Victor Wembanyama draft
I,
just
I,
went,
I, but I
wow.
think there are a lot of talents coming out from France right after Tony Parker, just like what Vince Carter did for Canada. Because if you look at
Hmm.
next year's draft, right, they have some really good French players, really good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get it completely. For Salon, I think he is a very interesting player. I liken him to more of an Obi Toppin type, right? Like I don't see the Giannis.
100%, 100% will be topping.
Yeah, I don't see the Giannis
Hmm.
stuff. There's shooting potential there. There's defensive potential. There's upside. There's size, etc. I don't love the fit in Charlotte for him. Now
No,
you're there.
for that kind of young team that you have Melo, that's always having issues with riding over fans' legs and like beating the red light, but it's just if I'm
Exactly.
Charlotte, I'll trade Melo and get somebody that's more with more maturity.
Yeah, Alexander B saying Klingon to the Blazers at 7. That would be the smartest bet. Absolutely. Yes,
So
I think that should be it. And if it's not that, and honestly, now you start to, this is the pick number 8 that's coming up. This is the one we lost, right? Look who's
mhm.
available. Look around. Look who's available. Manas Buzelis is available, right? Cody Williams available. Nikola Topic available. A lot of these guys we didn't think were going to be available when we lost that pick, right? But now some
Yeah,
guys
but
moved up, and it's like,
I'm glad we lost
shoot,
the pick though.
I'm fine. We lost the pick as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm fine with it. I'm not crying over it at this point. I'm just saying there's a lot of talented players on the board right now, man.
So I think the only way we could have kept the pick right is staying top 6, right? So if we're to pick the six, so Tejan Salam.
Well, we wouldn't have picked Tejan Salon at number 6. I think
You,
we at this
you
point,
never
and okay,
know
here,
with Masai.
yeah,
Masai scouted him a lot, right?
yeah. Um, Nameless saying this draft is wild. Yes.
Very wild, very wild.
I kind of like, I mean, where did I have Salon? I had Salon, like, I mean, to revisit my big board right now.
I thought it was
Um,
gonna go 8th or 11th.
yeah, so to revisit my big board right now, of my best player available right now would be, to borrow a Jay Billis term, would be Nikola Topic. Now I know he's not going right now, and then Modest Bazelis.
I think Top Fish, right? They all those teams they have the medical records, and you know he's not gonna play next season.
Right.
So
So my best player available right now would be Donovan Clingan, actually, and then beyond that would be Nikola Topic, then Modest Bazelis. So the one player that's already gone off the board that wasn't in my top 9 real lottery talents, and granted we're only 6 picks in right now, is Tejan Salon right here. I had him ranked what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I had him ranked 13. They took him at 6. If they see something in him that I'm not seeing, fine. I get it. But I'm
but
saying,
I heard he did really well at his workouts.
sure. Um, yeah, I'm fine with it. Salon is the 3rd youngest player in this draft, I believe. Yes, and Josh Primo was the youngest player in his draft. How did that turn out? It's not always so simple. I understand that we prioritize youth, but it cannot be the entire equation, right? Okay.
So Portland was trying to move up, right? And it fell to them.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. It's like, yo, you have Detroit.
Then Charlotte would have collected something from them
Hey,
not to
Ron
get.
Holland was pretty offended when he heard, rumors that he wouldn't be a top 5 pick. So, now he gets to be a top 5 pick, and he gets to go to Detroit. I don't know what's worse, falling outside the top 10 or going
Or
to
going to
Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
But Ron Holland, it's interesting. The redundancy now with him, Asar Thompson, that's two
And
very athletic wings to pair
then
with, Cade Cunningham.
Jaden Ivey, they can shoot like.
Yeah, and then you have Jaden Ivey. So it's like Ron Holland, to me, it's like, okay, like I can see a significant bust potential here, right? Okay, so I think that San Antonio is going to get Modest Bazelis at number 8.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a feeling it's going that direction for me.
Or
If it's not Modest Bazelis for
Cody
them, it'll be
Williams.
Cody Williams. If it's not Modest or Cody, I don't know what I'm doing at this point, because
What
that's
a
my
Rob.
board.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm curious to see at what point, like I can guarantee you Nikola Topic is going to be the last player picked off this. I can almost guarantee that he's
So
going to be the last player.
Portland select Donovan Klingan.
There we go. Yeah, that's yeah, straight up.
So
Um,
the next one for you Raptors fans is your pick.
what does that mean?
The pick now that's going to San Antonio. The fans are going to be judging that pick
Yes, 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 yes.
forever.
I hope they pick Rob Dillingham here, just so I could feel a little bit better, or maybe reach for Bronny James. Go for Bronny James right here. Shock the world, man. I
I'll
think it would be amazing.
I'll go for Zach Edey.
Zach Edey would be crazy though. Zach Edey next to Victor Wembanyama. Like, I don't even know what you're doing anymore. It's not basketball. I don't know what it is. Okay. Okay, number 7, Donovan Clingan. Okay, to borrow a word from Jay Billis, that is my best player available, and they picked him. So that's good for them. So Donovan Clingan goes number 7. How do you like the fit in Portland with Rob Williams, DeAndre Ayton? It's clunky, no?
I thought DeAndre Ayton said he's the what is it?
Dominating.
Dominating, yeah.
That will never not be a meme. Yeah, I don't know. Like they're pretty stacked, and they got Benny Avdia now. It's like, how many good players do you have at this point before you start looking at moving off of some of these guys, consolidating a 3-for-1? Daryl saying, what if San Antonio picks Topic over? If they pick Topic at 8, they're a very, very good and smart franchise, and they deserve to be awarded for it. In my opinion, there's no way in hell. Like, I pass on Nikola Topic here. If I'm the GM right now, I'm picking Nikola Topic, as evidenced by my big board. I would 100% pick him. But I understand teams
I think
not
it's
liking.
smart to pick him, right? Because at least you only have one rookie this year, right? You don't need to have two. So next year, maybe if they do well, they make the playoffs or the play-in or wherever, then they're not getting a lottery pick. So that becomes their lottery pick for next season.
Yeah. Are there any questions that people would want a poll based on right now? Because I can run another poll right now. What would you like me to run a poll about?
Let's do the 31st pick.
Nah. That's way too far out. We don't know who's gonna fall there. And that's tomorrow, bro.
No, maybe the poll should be: should we trade the pick or I don't know, or something
Let's
around
see here.
Bruce Brown.
Which player is most likely to fall? Let's do it.
Let me go. Put Dillingham there. Put Topic.
Dillingham. I'm going to add Cody Williams, even though I think he's going to go off the board really, really soon here.
Put Topic.
Cody Williams. And the other guy,
Isaiah Collier.
I mean, he's almost for sure to drop, but like,
Jacoby Walter.
No. Devin Carter is pretty safe. He has a pretty safe floor.
I think it'll go to 9 now. Or Chicago.
I'm gonna put Cody Williams because I still, while I believe that he has a safe net at around 12, if he misses that safe net, I don't know where the next team is for him. And I really like him. I like Cody Williams. There are a lot of players in this draft that I like. That's the funny part. Like I'm really not. I see Nikola Topic is going to win this poll because y'all being very wishful, but I don't personally think that he's going to last that long. I think some team is very smart. They're watching the same player I am. They're not stupid. They met the same player. He's a very, very good basketball player, man. Like, I know all these guys are really good basketball players. That's what going to pro, but like, I mean, it's very hard for me to imagine 12 teams pass on Nikola Topic. Like, I just cannot imagine. Like, all the, like, yesterday I was seeing rumors like, oh, he might go 18th to Orlando. I'm just like, what? Topic not working out, has the injury, and foreign player. All these points will make him fall to the Raptors' lap. Man, if I will buy you a beer if this ends up being true. You have my word.
If it falls, you take him and run. Forget about any of that mock. The player you worked at.
Spurs could pick Walter here. You know what? I think you're right. They could. I would not put that past the Spurs at all. I also wouldn't necessarily put it past them to pick Devin Carter, although that would be kind of a strange pairing. I wouldn't put it past them to pick anyone. Like, they have so many needs. Dodson Connect, right? But yeah, I think Don Vito is saying I don't think Topic falls past Washington. He has so many floors, right? Nikola Topic has so many floors. He has OKC that has preferred players like him. He has San Antonio that has preferred players like him. He has Washington that really wanted him. I don't think he falls to Washington 14. I think he goes before that. And y'all will have to excuse me when Nikola Topic is on the clock, because I will need to watch that one myself. I'll need to just break myself from the live and just go, yeah. You have Cody Williams on twice. Huh? Sorry, what does that mean? Did I put Cody Williams twice on the poll? Oh, shit. I'm so silly. My bad. Sorry, guys. Same thing. It's the same thing. So Nikola Topic is, according to you guys, the guy that's going to fall. I vehemently disagree with you. I don't think he's going to fall, although I hope to God that I am wrong and that you are right. I don't think it's going to be that way, though. I cannot imagine a world in which that many general managers just pass on him. Clingan to Portland is really interesting. I know the Blazers would love to move off of Ayton. Well, then why did they move on to Ayton last summer? Who forced them to do that? They better pass on Misi. Spurs not leaking their pick. They want someone else. Okay. I'm getting nervous here. All right, let's.
This is Jacopordo right there.
Huh?
The Jacopordo trade.
Damn it.
I'm glad that it's over so that the fans can.
They're showing a picture of Rob Dillingham. This can get real weird, real fast if he ends up sitting there past like 14, 15. Would it be crazy if they picked Rob Dillingham here? Like, would it be totally freaking insane if they pick Rob and they put him next to Stephon Castle and they said, here, Castle, you guard. Like, if there's one team that can actually shore up.
They pick Rob.
They picked him?
They picked Dilligan, yeah.
Is that out?
Yes, he's on the move. He's on the move to Minnesota.
Oh, wow. They traded the pick?
Yeah.
Where are you reading this?
Sham, it could be on the move to Minnesota.
It could be on the move to Minnesota?
He could be on the move, yeah.
San Antonio is selecting. Wow. San Antonio is selecting Rob Dillingham at 8. He could be on the move to Minnesota, sources say. For what?
Official picks? Did they have their picks? I don't think they want two rookies.
Why not? Damn, that makes me really, really confused about what San Antonio is seeing right now or not seeing in Topic.
Who does Minnesota? They don't have any pick, right? They don't have any pick, any first round pick, right? The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay, yeah, they gave up a lot of first round picks.
Yeah,
for Rudy Gobert. So I'm very curious to see what the hell they would give up here.
They have the 27th pick.
So San Antonio is going to trade down to the 27th. I believe they're deadlocked in terms of how many picks they can trade away in the future. So they have to trade a young player. Would they trade Nickeil Alexander-Walker? Wow, that's crazy. Rob Dillingham in Minnesota makes some sense. Yes, they have defenders to shield him. He's a dynamic guard. That's a team that often struggles to generate offense. I fully get this pick completely. I don't agree with it at all
for them,
but I get it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think after taking Castle at 3, right? They've traded him to Minnesota.
They have traded him?
Yeah, was just reported.
For what?
They've no information yet.
Bro, like if they hated the pick so much, why didn't they just give it back to us?
Exactly. Let's take our top fish and move on.
Minnesota has traded for the 8th pick and Rob Dillingham. I think he means the 8th pick, Rob Dillingham. Bro, what? Okay, the Raptors clearly are sleeping, bro. Like,
yeah, but who are you gonna trade for, and what are you gonna give, right? So you don't want to give more assets.
I know a lot of people in the Toronto media space that were very, very, very high on Rob Dillingham. This has got to be killing them.
I was high on him initially, but when his measurements came out, I was like, nope.
Yeah. Gregory's saying Dillingham equals Pirtle. Actually, it's worse than that. We gave up more. We gave up more than just that. Typical 0 moves for the Raptors. Come on, the night is young.
I'm glad it's Dillingham, right? So that because they're gonna be Raptors fans are gonna be comparing this pick for years to come.
Um, I could see Zach Edey going next to ah,
Memphis.
perfect. Okay, yes, there we go. Because they missed
Wow.
out on Donovan Clingan, they got their guy. Okay. Because to me, it was Memphis and Portland. They were the two teams in the lottery. They wanted these 7-footers. To me, this is very good news for the Toronto Raptors. Okay. Let me just put it out there, guys. Very good news for the Toronto Raptors. This is
Who went?
incredible.
Edie went. Edie.
Yes, Zach Edey is
Oh.
gone. Zach Edey is
Oh.
going to Memphis, and that's
Oh
not a
wow.
bad pick. I was on Player's Choice earlier, and I straight up said, I'm like, if Zach Edey is a top 6 player in this draft going forward, I'm not surprised. But we don't need him. So to go back to my board here, Topic is still on the board. Modest Buzelis is still on the board, and we are 9 picks out. This is very good news because this means that really, very possibly one of these players is actually going to fall to us. I am
So
feeling very
so
encouraged.
so, so the Timberwolves traded the 2031st unprotected first round pick and 2030 swap. Wow.
Wait, what?
2031st unprotected first round pick and 2030 swap. Top one protected.
That's
Wow.
interesting. That's interesting. Um, hmm. Man, the Minnesota Timberwolves hate their draft picks, don't they? They can't even get. They're like, oh, draft pick. We have a draft pick. Get rid of it. Get this out of here, man. Fuck. Rudy Gobert, 6 draft picks. I'm surprised they don't call up Utah right now and be like, y'all want some more draft picks? We didn't give you
I'm
enough
gonna
the first
I'm
time.
gonna call it now. Kelly is not gonna be there at 19.
Okay. If he's
I
not
think
there,
I think it's
I'm
I think it's
jumping
going
for
to
joy because that means someone else really
I
good.
think it's going to Lakers at 17.
Ah, man. You know what? A lot of teams, the Lakers, look, despite all the crap that people said about Zach Edey, I'll promise you there is a market for this guy, and a lot of teams wanted him. Okay. A lot of teams wanted him. And ironically, and this is really ironic, a lot of talk about how he's a little bit like Jakob Pertl. And guess where he goes? He goes at the Jakob Pertl pick, number 9. Jakob Pertl was also a number 9 pick, right?
And also it goes to Memphis to replace Steven Adams, right? Please like Steven Adams.
Yeah, exactly. So, like to me, if Khalil Ware if goes off the board, I'm thrilled. If Isaiah Collier goes off the board, thrilled. I don't want any of these guys. So please take them. That gives the Raptors more options. Now, I am still freaking petrified that some great, amazing Cody Williams, Nikola Topic, someone's like that's gonna fall, and the Raptors are gonna be like, nah, give us Tristan Da Silva anyway. And I'm gonna have a meltdown until I calm down 2 hours later. I really don't
So
want to freak out,
so
man.
so the way things are going, right? Somebody's gonna fall to us.
Mm, okay, let's
Wow.
update the banners, shall we?
Top
Okay.
top one protected for the swap. Wow.
Yeah, that is crazy. Rob Dillingham. So there you go. You know, all the talk about Rob Dillingham falling, and then ultimately some team hears it, and boom, he goes top 10, which is exactly where he was supposed to go. It's funny. This draft board right now is starting to look a lot like the draft boards did 2 weeks ago before all the shit got crazy. Because this is pretty much like Rob Dillingham going 8. That was, yeah, like that was pretty much pegged. But a lot of people were like, maybe San Antonio's not going to go for it. So, okay.
So the Raptors fans that wanted the Raptors to trade Jakob to Memphis for the ninth pick. Here you go. They got Edie.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that Donovan Clingan and Zach Edey are going this high in the draft probably points to either one of
You
two
you
things.
you you,
Either,
you Utah
go
is
ahead.
taking Cody Williams at 10.
Okay. So one of my favorite targets is now off, but also Utah, good move. I like that. I like that for
So
them. I think
so
they got a
so
good one here.
so where do you think Topik is gonna drop to 18?
No, he's not. He's going to
Hmm?
go 12 or 14.
12
I
to
think Nikola Topic goes 12 or 14.
14 to Wizards.
Mm-hmm. 12 to Thunder or 14 to the Wizards. Yes. Okay, so
Dot
C
Dot
Cody
Dot
Williams.
Dot Connect is dropping.
No, he's not.
Hmm? I
No,
thought I
he's
was gonna
not.
go top 10.
He's gonna go lottery. He'll find his way into the lottery, I'm sure. Let's see. Dalton Connect could be a good fit. Let's see here.
Are you gonna take him at 19 if he falls?
Dalton?
Yeah,
Yes. 100% yes.
Dalton with Scotty Barnes. Whoosh.
Okay, so Utah number 10 picks Cody Williams.
Maybe
Wild.
Chicago for
So Chicago at number 11, I think could be a good landing spot for Dalton
for
Connect. Could also
or
be a really good
I
landing spot, by the
I
way,
think it's
for Nikola
I
Topic.
think it's Devin Carter.
Devin Carter could also be a really
Yeah.
good place for him. So yeah, so I'm just
So we got a lot of players that are likely going to drop to us, right? Jared McCain is still there.
yeah.
Jacoby Walter.
Mike Byers saying Edie learning from Adams is great. Adams is in Houston, so Edie will be learning from the ghost of Steven Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let Connect go. Don't want another Grady. Oh my God.
Oh my
Jesus
goodness. Come on.
Christ. Justin Stewart. This is so fucking racist. Don't do that. They're not very similar players at all. I promise you, I watched them both play. They're not that similar. Okay. Come on. Bruh, Chicago is going to get Modest. I think if Modest Buzelis is the guy that drops, you need to move up, man. I understand why people are concerned, but like he's a good player.
And he has the it factor.
I don't even know what that means, but I kind of get what you're saying. All right.
Like that competitive fire, right? Bring.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. All right. Um,
Oh, so yes, so Buzelis is dropping. Wow.
well, if Modest Buzelis drops to 19, the Raptors have won this draft. Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna be right back.
All
Don't say
right.
anything too crazy. I'm gonna be back in 1 minute. I'm just gonna fill up my water.
Let me go look at the chat and see what people are saying. Go ahead. Now somebody take Bronny. Mel, nobody's gonna take Bronny this high. Mike, he says Masai is sleepy. You want Masai to trade, give out more picks? Somebody's gonna drop to us at 19. Don't be worried. Raptors snoozing right now. We're not snoozing. We're waiting for somebody to drop. Hey, Oak Tree, how you doing? Oh, my brother Paul is not following this draft like as he used to. FAI, is that short for FA? HEFE? No, it's just EFE, Does anyone want BB and 19? Bruce Brown and 19? I think we're gonna trade Bruce Brown probably after tonight. Bob's to Raps looking real. Yeah, I like Bob's Raps. Hey Gregory, what's going on? I hate this draft. Be patient. Let me look at who's next at pick 11. Chicago. Chicago is taking Matthias Buzelis. Wow, that's a good pick for them.
Damn it. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as far as my best available goes,
So it's
they're all gone
yeah.
except for Nikola Topic. So
What
my
of
lottery players. So
Dalton Connect?
what about him?
He's not gonna. If he keeps dropping, where do you think he's gonna fall? So Devin Carter is still there, right?
I think Dalton could go 14. I think Dalton could go 12.
We can he can
And I
go
think
to he
worst
can go
case,
to Kings too.
that's exactly it. So Dalton Connect to
Mhm.
the Kings makes sense at 13. Devin Carter to the Kings also makes sense, but they do have Keon Ellis now. So Modest Buzelis, good pick. Chicago, don't get too cute and be stupid. JL Media, I think Dalton is going to fall to 19. If that happens, I will do a celebration.
I'll take him and run. Like
Yeah, I
seriously,
would. For real.
just
He's a really good player.
call it a day. We won the draft right there.
I mean,
Okay, so going to take topics. I already feel it.
yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
11.
What if Jared McCain is there at 19?
Mm, yeah, I get it.
I'm not as big on him as everybody else. He can shoot the ball, but his measurement wasn't like wow.
Right. So this.
Somebody's asking you, why do you prefer Matas over Topic? Just curious.
Me? I don't prefer Modest over Topic. I put Topic
Yeah,
above.
all of them
Look at my
right
board,
now.
bro. Look at my board. Number one, Zachary Sachet, who went number one. Donovan Clingan was at number 2 for me. He went number 7. Stefan Castle was number 3 for me. He went number 4. Nikola Topic remains TBD. Modest Bazuz is number 5. He went number 11. So then I got Reed Shepard, who went number 3. He's number 6 on my board. Alex Starr, who's number 7. He went number 2. Ron Holland, number 8 on my board. He went number 5. Cody Williams, number 9 on my board. He just went number 10. So, I mean, pretty close, right? Got the right guys in the right spot. Rob Dillingham was the one guy. Rob Dillingham, Zach Edey were the two guys who really rose out of nowhere, in my opinion, and moved up a tier in this draft. And I think teams sort of reached for them a little bit, but that's fine. So Topic is still better than Modest. Yes, I prefer him over Modest Vazos. I don't have access to Nikola Topic's medicals, so I don't know, right? I also did not
I
sit
think
there and
that's a
measure
big
him,
differentiator. Yeah, I agree.
right? I didn't sit there and
hmm
measure him and come up to the conclusion that he has a 6'6" wingspan or 6'5" wingspan. But I'm telling
It
you
was
right now, if the
6'7"
Raptors can move up,
wingspan, right?
I think it was 6'6". So
Okay.
yeah. Bulls focused on Modest. You're a little bit behind. They've already picked him.
But that's what we did with this guy that went to Memphis and we picked um what was his name again? The one that went to Memphis because he has short hands and
Yeah.
if you
I
can play,
hope
you can
Miami
play.
doesn't take Topic. I think Miami could take Topic. They actually have had a lot of success with a player just like him in Goran Dragic.
I think the reason why they're not gonna take Topic is that they're in a win-win situation because
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
guy
Deke
has like
saying
probably.
Topic to the Thunder seems like destiny. That's
I think
exactly
so
it. See,
too.
the Thunder are not they're not a stupid team. They will adjust when the draft moves. Like they're kind of used to picking in this spot,
Mhm.
8, 9, 10, 11, whatever.
Mhm.
Um I think they will pick Topic. Like, I would be very surprised if the Thunder pass on Topic. Like, that to me would be a very big sign that I have messed up somewhere. Because I trust Sam Presti a lot. And for him to pass on Nikola Topic would be like very damning to me. Justin Stewart saying Presti is scary good at drafting. Yes, sir, he is. MJ 40th anniversary. Where would Muggsy land in this draft? Muggsy
Undrafted.
Bogues?
Undrafted.
Undrafted. Topic is going now. I would believe that. Arguably the best drafted. I mean, I'm assuming you mean best drafter in the draft. Yeah, I could see that. Okay. Just a heads up, if anyone else wants to call in and have this conversation with us, you're free to call in and use the link below and have the conversation with us. You can have a voice. That's kind of the cool thing about this channel. Everyone has a voice. So if you want to call in, you want to talk, you can have a conversation. Post Martinista saying FA for Prime Minister. Are you interested in the job? Our Prime Minister sucks.
Well,
Okay.
let's keep politics out of this for now.
Chicago is selecting us. Where are we going at? Number 11. That's Chicago. So number 12. It's Presti on the board right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Man, I hope
Yeah,
they go for Kaloware.
yeah, they
I
need a
really
big
hope they go for
man.
Kaloware. I know they won't. I know Presti's not an idiot. but
Well, don't be surprised if they go for his Missy.
that I could see.
Yeah.
So I have been pretty aligned with Sam Presti on most of the things that I really like. That guy really likes. But I probably would have picked Jabari Smith over Chet Holmgren, and I was wrong on that. So I'm happy that he's a lot smarter than I am. Okay. Rank scrub. It's the funniest comment. Just gonna remind everyone the NBA is likely bringing back hand checking, so all y'all string bean wings are gonna get shoved to the bleachers.
Is
um,
is Matthias Buzelis from Chicago?
I don't. Is he from Chicago?
Yeah, was just tweeted they're focusing on the Chicago kid.
He was. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. Holy shit! Yes, he is from Chicago. Makes sense. I mean, Stephon Castle was from Atlanta. It didn't help him get drafted by Atlanta, but I don't know. Sometimes it works out, man. Like drafting a hometown kid, you are probably the team that has the best view of him. I like Modest in this draft. I think he's a top 10 player in this draft. I think he'll be one of the top 10 players in this draft. And I mean, he's a big wing. He has a lot of creativity.
Was the one that hit the winning shot at the All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
A step back.
All right. I'm getting ready for my heart to be destroyed. Nikola Topic up next. I'm ready for it. Unfortunately, I mean, the weight is what's killing me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what? Like, we're at pick 12, right? So 7 more picks. I just need Nikola Topic to survive 7 more picks. Please, God, let it happen. It's crazy. We get so invested in these young players, but I could see Dalton too. Dawson Ned saying I see Dalton. Yeah, like they're in that cycle, but they also just traded away. I know they're not going to think about fit here, but they just traded away um Josh Giddey. And I'm not saying Nikola Topic is Josh Giddey. He's totally not Josh Giddey. He's a different type of player, but he slots in exactly where Giddey would have been last year. So fuck my life. There we go.
What did I pick?
Topic. I told you, man. I told you.
Wow. Everybody's sleeping on the wheels and Presti's not.
If I just don't write it, did it just not happen? If I just don't put it on our ticker, did it just not happen? Shit.
Wow.
I told you, man. He's not like look for me. Understanding Sam Presti, it was either going to be Cody Williams or Nikola Topic. Like to me, this was
wow.
absolutely those guys. This
At
also means
12,
that Dalton Connect
it got another
potentially
steal,
just
man.
fell. Hmm?
That's a steal, man.
It is a crazy steal.
Do you think Dalton Connect will go past 76ers?
No, I think the next 2 picks should be Devin Carter and Dalton Connect. I think that would make sense to me.
So we still have Devin Carter, Dalton Connect, we have Jared McCain, we have Carlton Carrington, and Tristan De Silva.
Yeah. But see, like, look, I've been hyping Nikola Topic literally this entire draft cycle. He is the one player I've talked about ad nauseum. Him and, to be honest, Zachary Risache. Those are 2 guys. So, and he's the only player that I really made a single video about. Right? He's a player that I follow. Right? He's the player. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not wrong about this guy. Right? Like, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to young players. Usually, like, I see it with this guy. Like last year, I was saying Jordan Hawkins. Jordan Hawkins, is a good player. He turned out to be a pretty good player. Like I'm not totally dumb when I say stuff like this. And I watched Nikola Topic a lot this year. And I'm telling you, injury, no injury, wingspan, no wingspan. He's a really good player. He's going to be an NBA player. He's going to be a really good NBA player.
Do you think he's gonna play this season? I don't think so. It's gonna be like
Yes,
Chet
he will play
Holmgren.
this year. He will play
They're
this
like
year.
they're likely gonna rest him like shit.
Sean, would you be happy with Collier at 19? No, I would not be. I would not. I'm not. Okay, so I guess it's a good time to tell you what I want to happen. Okay, so there are none of these players are left. So the real first with mid first with high. Okay, wait, sorry, these guys are all left. The real lottery talents are all gone. Okay, so just to recap, they're gone. All these guys went in the top 12. So my top 9 guys went in the top 12.
Is
So
Dalton
moving
Connect not
on,
a lottery talent?
I don't think he's a real lottery talent. No, I don't.
Why? Because his
So now the
age.
mid first with high floors guys. Hold on, let's see. Someone trying to call in here. My bad. Someone trying to call in. We're gonna let you on in a minute. JB, one sec. So Devin Carter, Easmisi. So Easmisi would be my best available right now. Devin Carter, Dawson Connect, Tejan Salon is gone. Salon is gone. Bub Carrington, Jacoby Walter, Jared McCain. Right. And then moving past that, we had Dadier, Mogbo, Holmes, Tristan Da Silva, Rob Dillingham, who's already off, Tyler Collick,
I hope that they
Kalal
falls to
Ware,
second round.
Isaiah Collier, right? And then the final, which was the fringe first rounds, we already have Zach Edey off the board. So honestly, in terms of what I want to happen right now, honestly, I would like to have East Misi fall to us. That would be fine. I'd be good with that. I would love Devin Carter to fall to us. I think he shores up a lot of needs. Dalton Connect would be great. Until Salon can't happen. McCain would be fine. Bub Carrington, honestly, between Bub Carrington and McCain, I'm like splitting hairs. And Jacoby Walter would be the worst possible situation of these players. Now, assuming that some of these guys are going to be off the board at the time, you take what you can, the best player available. Beyond these guys, at 19, would I be happy with Pacom Dadia? I would say you've lost the draft if you had to go that far. Like, it means that something bad happened. These are more guys, these late first flyer guys are guys that I'm really praying just fall to 31 for us, right? Kalel Ware,
Yeah.
Tristan Da Silva, whatever. But of this group, I think I might be lower on him than the Raptors are, and that's Tristan Da Silva. I think Tristan Da Silva and Deron Holmes outside, maybe I am viewing them lower than the Raptors are, but maybe the Raptors are higher on them. So I could fully see the Raptors taking one of those guys over an East Misi. I'll be pissed, but I trust them more than I trust myself. But yes, because whatever, they met with the guys, they did their medicals, they saw, they probably watched more games than I did. So you know what? Hey, they're professional scouts. If they're gonna make that, but I gotta tell you, like, man, this Nikola Topic thing stings, man. Cause it's like, he was there. This is possibly like down the line. I would not be surprised if he's the second best player in this draft. Really would not be surprised at all.
And with the injury, he has time to work on his shooting.
He's gonna be a fine shooter, man. I think he's gonna be perfectly fine. This is not a Josh Giddey situation. Yeah, I think, yeah, good for OKC, man. The rich get richer. Like this is why you have all these draft picks, and you know they do an unbelievable job every single year of scouting and not and basically not outsmarting themselves. They don't do stupid things. Jay Alexander saying if we can get Devin Carter, East Misi, that'd be fine. Yep. Yeah, I'd be fine with that too.
Sacramento just picked Devin Carter.
Okay. Well, that's one really good player off the board, and I fully expected that to happen too. So now, really, what you're hoping for is Dalton Connect and Ease Misi to fall. Now, I don't think Dalton Connect falls past. So I'm thinking Dalton Connect goes to 14. That's my thought. Okay.
14 is
Washington.
Washington, yeah.
And that's a really
Oh,
smart pick for
mhm,
them because Dalton Connect was being talked about as high as 5. So I'm
mhm,
wondering if people got cold feet about his age, right? Maybe
mhm.
potential, whatever. Did he not interview well? I don't know. But it's interesting to me. Koopa Troopa saying Jacoby seems like a Masai guy. Michael saying Jakob Pertl or Nikola Topic. Nikola Topic, 100%. Hey Rob, they
So,
could still trade Topic. I don't think they're going to trade him, man.
so,
He is exactly what they like in a basketball player. I'm telling you.
but they need a big man.
Okay. I'm the Raptors. I will give you Jakob Pertl right now for Nikola Topic and his draft rates. Make it happen. I don't
I
think it's going to
agree.
happen. Shout outs to the 676 of you in here. Wow, that's awesome. Please hit like on this video so more people can discover it. Very much appreciate that. To all the people who have given super chats, appreciate y'all very much. Edie gone, that's worth a donut. I appreciate the super chat. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Okay, so now that we're getting a little bit closer, let's put who do you want to let's make another poll for the Raptors. And this is a oopsies. Okay, so who is the Raptors pick? We go Yves Missy. We have Dalton connects. Man, if Dalton falls, I don't think Dalton's going to fall. I think by the time I make this poll, he's already going to be off the board.
If he falls to 19 and somebody really wants him, you can trade him for official pick and move down maybe 1 or 2 or 3 spots.
I wouldn't do it,
If your guy is still there.
bro. Like I don't know. I don't outthink it. Like I would take the right player and I would just go with it. Let's see here. Okay, so polls live. It's who do you want? It's between Yves Missy, Isaiah Collier, Bob Carrington, or someone else.
I can tell your viewers are all for Yves Missy.
Been talking about the guy for a while, bro.
You've tinted the pool.
Been talking about the guy forever, man.
Yeah.
I really like him. I think there's let's talk about it. Like there's a lot of upside on Yves Missy, right? I understand there's some downside too. He's a little bit raw. He picked up basketball a little bit late, et cetera, et cetera. But I like his motor. I like his mobility. I like the fact that he can guard at the level of the screen. There's a lot of things to like about him. Like there's so much to like about him. And more importantly than anything, probably, and maybe this is like me reading the tea leaves too much, is I really like the kid. You know? Just like you get the feeling from a prospect, from interviews, from listening to them, that they really love basketball. I like his story, yeah, I just think he's a really good player. Like I think the shooting is a concern, the passing is a concern. The Raptors prioritize playmaking in bigger players. He doesn't really shown that.
How's the
How much
rebound? How's the
playmaking had
rebounding?
OG shown? Hmm?
How's the rebounding?
Rebounding is fine. He's a pretty good rebounder. Mike McGanigal, thank you so much. Saying good work, Rob. Thank you so much. That's if I'm not mistaken, our biggest super chat of the night. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Masai picking Bronny at 19. No, he will not. King Kylie saying that's I'm saying that coin toss is going to screw us over. It will not be the first time in Raptors history. By the way, someone get in or get out real quick because we have 666 viewers and I am freaked out right now. We have 666 people in here. Okay, thank you.
It's
670. Phew. All right. In the words of the immortal Michael Scott, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. Bub at 14. Fuck. Okay, Dalton Connect. Come on down. You're the next contestant on You're a Raptor. Okay. Bub Carrington at 14. I could see that. Let's see. Where was Bub Carrington on my big board?
Wow. He almost did not declare for the draft after they
That's
lost
crazy.
to UNC.
So let's see. Bob Carrington was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He was 14. He was 14 on my big board. He went 14. Nice. Okay. So if you're a Toronto Raptors fan, you are now rooting officially for Yves Missi and Dalton Connect to survive 3 more picks. Oof, I'm worried because damn, I really wanted Bub. I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really liked him, and oof.
So we
Jose
have the
Calderon saying we are so cooked. Yeah. I think Connect is next. To be honest, who's got pick 15?
Miami Heat.
Oof.
Don't think that's their kind of player.
Dalton Connect is fully their type of player. So is Yves Missi. So is Kalaware. Unfortunately, and I remember bringing this up in a live once. I was like, "Look who's picking ahead of us. It's very, very bad. Every
Yeah,
team picking ahead
he
of us
said
is
that they're the
awesome."
teams that really pick well.
God. Deke saying Washington gave up Abdia for him. Well, in fairness, they gave up Abdia for him plus a really good player in Malcolm Brogdon. Jared McCain would be a blessing. Yeah, sure. I'm not as high on Jared McCain as perhaps some other people are, but I like him. I do.
He can shoot the basketball.
He can. He can. Miami is going to steal Connect. I'm getting that feeling too, man.
Miami, they're always lucky, right? Somebody drops to them and around the 14 to 19 range.
Mm-hmm. McCain definitely going to Miami. Again, could see that too, right?
Raptors losing the coin toss, man, from 16 to between 16 and 19, and we had the worst.
Yeah. Oh, Wizards, 1 draft, then Sar and Bub is amazing to rebuild with. Um, I wouldn't be super sure about that. No, I don't think the Wizards won the draft at all. Christian Burton or Christian Burton, please let me know if I'm saying that correctly. This is a nightmare. I get this horrible feeling it's going to be Walter or Ware. If it is, I'm going to be pissed. Me too. Yeah, me too. If it's Jacoby Walter or Kalaware, I am going to be pretty pissed off because that is a very limited upside pick on. I mean, okay, Kalaware, the umpteenth outcome, the best outcome of Kalaware, great. I'm just not excited about this guy. As a player, I'm not excited about him. Carl A saying, dare I say I want the pick to be a net positive for the vibes. Feel like we're nurturing an identity at the moment, and I don't want that to slip, you know? I don't know what you mean, actually. Okay, so Bub is now like my stupid ass poll is redundant. Okay. Damn. Bub Carrington at 20, someone else at 26. So I hope someone else or Ease Me See, whoever y'all want, someone else. I hope it's someone good. I mean, I don't love how this draft is breaking from a Raptors perspective right now because like I really wanted Kalel Ware off the board right now by now, and he's not. Um Tyler Smith at 19, Mel saying Tyler Smith with 19. I mean, I wouldn't be super upset. I would be a little upset though. I would not see the upside on Tyler Smith. Like okay, here's what I want. I want a guy with at least 1% all-star potential. That's all I want. I want 1%, okay? When you draft a guy with 0% all-star potential and I lock myself into the future that is David Johnson or Malachi Flynn, I get pissed off, okay? That's what it is. So, yeah, maybe OG Anunoby doesn't turn into a superstar. Maybe Pascal Siakam doesn't turn into a superstar, but those guys had that 1%. Give me that 1%. You're not getting better than 1% at this stage in the draft. Just give me 1% actual upside on a player. Yves Missi has that. The rest of these players, frankly, do not, in my humble opinion. Jared McCain, there's upside there as well. On McCain, I could see where people would go on him. Why are you all so low on Walter? He's a dog. not low on him. He's pretty high on my board. I just don't see anything other than a role player there. Now, if he's a really good role player, sure. Look, I don't know. What do you think of Flip? As in Kyle Filipowski? Not
No.
not it. No, not a fan. Connect is decent. Yeah, he's decent. For sure, he's decent. I could see him being a serviceable player in the NBA for 10 years. That's a really high floor on a player. A lot of people really like him. There's also a possibility that he is like an eighth man for the rest of his life. How are you feeling on Tristan De Silva? I was talking to someone yesterday and I could see like some loose, I say loose, Keegan Murray potential there. Granted, I wasn't exactly the highest person on Keegan Murray, so maybe we're just like there's a type. Are we delusional to expect Messi at 19? Yes, we are delusional because no one has talked about Yves Messi at 19 other than me, and it's probably going to be something crazy. Man, please God, let it be Johnny Furphy at 15. I would love that. Just please somebody fuck up, please.
Not Miami.
Um, is Miami so good at drafting that you would put it past them to screw up? Like I feel like Miami just had
They've not been
success.
with undrafted players,
Yeah. Okay, thinking about how
but they drafted Precious Ashua right over us.
okay, so I could really see Kaloa going to LA for one reason, right? JJ Redick, right? He loves stretch bigs. He loves them, right? Oof. People just saying names, and I'm not sure what it's McCain, Jared McCain. All right. So Miami goes with Jared McCain. Let's see. Refresh, 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 refresh. Who said it? Is it Woj saying it?
Which is not calling it. It just
So where are y'all getting that it's McCain? Jake Fisher. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure, but okay. Miami Kalal where? People are saying where? Okay, there we go.
Kelly is gone. Wow,
Okay, Jake Fisher takes another L.
my guy
Damn.
is gone.
Okay. All
Wow,
right.
I told you I
Devin
wanted Kelly
Carter.
Way.
Who went 14 again? Sorry, I'm having short-term amnesia.
And
Uh,
Bob Carrington.
Carrington. Okay. Let's see, Carrington, and then 15.
Kelly Way would do well with Miami under Patrelli. Who?
Well, I mean, they had some success with a player like this. Now, honestly, heat culture, they've always believed that they can turn anyone to anything if they believe that they can turn this guy. But this is the same team that drafted Precious Achua. Need I remind you?
Yeah, I
Same
just
team,
said yeah.
right? So this is not exciting to me at all. Now, the what is exciting to me is 16, 17, 18. There's 3 picks left. Okay. And how many players? There's Yves Messi, Dalton Connect, and Jared McCain. So there are 3 players and 3 picks. Let, dear God, let those 3 players not be the next 3 picks. And we'll at least have a chance to draft one of them. And I can test the hypothesis. Maybe the Toronto Raptors didn't want those players, and I'm just crazy. Maybe I've just been hyping Yves Messi, and I'm wrong. Maybe. Maybe people really do see Clint Capella in him. I don't know. Jonathan Mogbo at 19. Weirdly enough, that would not totally shock me. Not gonna lie, that would not shock me.
So Lakers they were planning to take Kelly Way at at 17. So don't be surprised if they go for his Messi at 17.
No.
Okay, they want
Ah,
a big. Mm.
this East Misi goes number 17. I am just like, I'm out on this draft. I don't know what to do. Okay.
I'll be surprised if Raptors pick Kishon Church.
Mm. That to me is would be shocking, actually. New poll up. How stressed are you right now? I need to get a pulse check.
I'm not really stressed. The three players I like, they're gone.
Who were the three players you liked? You like Khalil Ware? You liked
ED, Bob Carrington away.
Hmm.
Those are my guys. They're gone. So I'm okay with anything now. I'm not big on Ibs Mixi though. It's a project to me.
Hmm.
Like to me with Ibs Mixi, do we want to win now or I guess we tanking?
But it's like, bro, like you keep saying this about East Misi, and it's like this is Misi slander. Miss me
Just
with that Misi slander,
they
bro.
just started playing basketball how long ago, right? Takes
It doesn't matter.
time.
Pascal Siakam started playing basketball when? Hakeem Olajuwon started playing basketball when? Zach Edey picked up basketball when?
But Pascal was shooting, right? He was trying. Messi is not a scorer.
Pascal Siakam was also older than the East Misi. You understand that, right? Pascal Siakam didn't come out when he was a
Yeah.
freshman. If you look at Christian Koloko, you look at East Misi, you look at Pascal Siakam. Who's the guy who's coming out youngest? East Misi. Who's the guy who's projected to go highest? East Misi. If Siakam or Christian Koloko had gone back to had come out of in their first year, they wouldn't even be drafted, bro. Or maybe they'd be like late second round picks. So you got to look at that. Like it's the same question with Cody Williams versus his brother Jalen Williams. It's like, okay, I understand they're not the same player, different athletes, whatever. But J Dub went back to school, and then he was the 12th pick. And this kid, that we're picking apart at 19, 18 years, 19 years old, Cody Williams is ahead of his brother at the same age. That has to matter for something. You know what I mean?
Oh, this guy is still there. McCain. We have McCain. We have Kenneth. We have Collier. Then we have Ibs Messi. So we'll see.
Jared McCain, Dodson Connect, Ease Misi. Who was the fourth guy?
Um, um, Isaiah Collier.
Damn, man, I don't want Isaiah Collier, bro. I
I'm
have a
just gonna.
feeling that might be the pick though, but like I don't want him.
Just gonna go for like it's the 19th pick, right? How many 19th picks turned out 12? How many first round pick even? Love them
Tony
out
G
of.
saying Raptors better not pull a Solomon Alabi. Yo, some respect on Solomon Alabi's name, yo. He was he was a solid shooter from 8 feet. Great. Deron Holmes at 19. Yes. I'd be fine with
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't be
I,
ecstatic about it, but I would understand it from a positional perspective. I would understand it.
mhm.
Samuel
I'm
Barefoot saying, what is a Solomon Alabi? Solomon Alabi was the first player the Raptors picked out of Florida State before Scotty Barnes. I think he went.
we're looking at this draft, right? Seeing the family, the tears of joy and everything is like shows like all the time they've put into it, the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that there's still no? Okay, Kings have significant trade talk. Why am I on Shams? Oh, I gotta get back on Shams page, bro. Like, I'm not seeing shit here. Okay. Miami, we're at 14, 15. Fuck. Okay.
Okay, the draft takes forever. It's almost 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Saying
I'm,
the draft takes forever, literally
I'm, gl-
deciding the
I'm glad.
futures of so many young players,
I'm
but
glad
it's
that
not
no, it's
enough.
normally 5 minutes, right? But it takes like 7 minutes per pick if you look at if you do the math. But
Has
I'm
it been
glad they
7
moved.
minutes per pick? I
No,
don't
it's
think
five
so.
minutes. 5 minutes, right? But if you look, it's the draft started at 8 o'clock. So
But the first
if
pick
it's
wasn't in until almost 8:10.
yeah, so you look at 50. So we're at 95 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's around should be at 19th pick now or 18.
Yo, Dalton fits so well with what the Lakers do. The idea that they would not take Dalton Connect is absolutely ludicrous to me. Seriously. JJ Redick is looking at Dalton Connect right now and saying, "Oh my God, it's a better version of me." Okay, it's not obviously it's not a better version of himself.
Who is picking next?
Number 16, Sixers.
Yeah, that'll work. I don't think they had this guy that didn't work
Bro,
with them.
Sixers, it feels to me Misi is
I think
very
it's
much in play here, bro.
uh, my
Very much in play.
yeah, Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, unfortunately, yeah, this is one thing Nick Nurse and I share, which is we like long
I think it
defenders.
makes the cast of Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Say if we're picking, so are we gonna go? So now,
So
boom,
this is,
now.
by the way, this is the problem. Philly, Lakers, Orlando. Orlando is incredible at drafting, and they absolutely will pick Khalil Ware. Sorry, they will pick East Missy if he's there. He's such a them pick. That's why I don't know
So
if
if, McCain at 16.
okay, that's great. Good stuff. Okay, that's very good. Jared McCain 16. So that's one of the players that we were like, okay, so that means Dalton Connect, East Missy. Okay, so one of the three is gone. Shit.
So we got Dalton Connect is Macy. And who is left again?
So East Missy, Dalton Connect.
Tristan De Silva.
It's going to be Jacoby Walter, isn't it? It's going to be Jacoby Walter. Life is not fair. It's going to be Jacoby Walter. I'm going to have the
That,
same reaction as I had with
I,
Grady Dick last year.
I like
It's going to be like,
I
what
like
the fuck?
Jacoby Water.
Then why did we trade for then why did we trade for Ochai Abashi, bro?
Well, you need bench, right? You need that yeah.
We gotta have two of these guys now.
Man,
Come on.
Dalton Connect is
We
so
don't have
good.
a backup big. We don't have a single backup big unless Chris Boucher is there. Like,
And you know yeah, all the bigs are going, so we'll likely pick somebody maybe with the 31st pick.
I'm at a point right now where I would just rather reach for someone from the second round that I really like if the guy that I like doesn't fall. Like, I'm cool with Dalton Connect at 19. If Dalton Connect really falls past the Lakers, past the Magic, I just can't see it. And that's what I hate about this fucking draft is we're picking behind these two teams that I absolutely know are going to scoop our guy. They're
All
not
because
going away. We have the same thought process on this, and that's what sucks. Don Vito saying, "Give me Keyshawn George. F it." No, I don't think so.
6, 7 point guard. That shot 40% from three.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
So
Raptors like him. I don't
is
know.
it? Can you confirm that it is 100% Jared McCain at 16?
Yes, yes.
Okay. It's better Jared McCain than John McCain. I'll tell you that. All right.
Well, that's really, really good for Philly.
Yeah, it's a good pickup for them, especially I don't know, are they planning on losing
Yes.
whatchamacallit? Are they planning on losing DeAnthony Melton?
Now, what of the other guy that they traded from Indiana?
Buddy Hield?
Body Heats, yeah, they're losing Body Heats.
So then why not? Well, Jared McCain definitely does take care of some shooting for you, right? The deep shooter. I see parallels to Fred VanVleet in Jared McCain, and that's why I was totally fine with us taking him and actually thought that he was pretty okay on our board. Carrington trade. Huh?
Was it?
Trading for who? For what? Okay, hold on. I gotta go to Woj on this one, probably, for the trades. They divvy it up. They divvied up the NBA landscape amongst themselves. Where are we getting this from? Is this more Jake Fisher talk? I don't even know where he's sitting at. Okay. Okay, let's see here. It's fucking where. I'm sorry, y'all. At 15, Miami's expected to expect Jared McCain out of Duke. Carlton Carrington to the Wizards. League sources confirm. Jake, good for you, man. Had a conversation with Jake once. He's a cool dude. All right. Carrington is Wizards. Okay. Part of the Avdija deal was Portland sending the 14th pick to Washington. That's Bob. Okay, gotcha. YouTube experts saying they're getting the scoops from Grange, probably. Maroon Prince, since we didn't select Cody Williams, okay. Carbon Chang saying Collier at 17, then 55, then Bronny 55, calling it. I could see that actually, but that's old. Like, okay, so that's only if Rob Pelinka is running the show without JJ Redick. If JJ Redick has any influence at all, I don't think Isaiah Collier is the guy. I really don't. Who Toronto sports media rambling about now with no Edie? Okay. Nice one saying this McCain guy is a cornball. Why do you feel that way? McDot with the fake news here. Jalen Tyson to Toronto. Oof, no.
That's too early, man.
Magic for sure. Go Dalton Connect plus Jet Howard woes. Black nails. I don't hold that against anybody, but yeah, I get it.
Dalton Connect would be a good pick for the Magic.
Dalton Connect is definitely a Magic or a Laker. I feel it. I do feel it. But man, if I manifested this Ease Misi thing, please God, please get us. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and pray. Please let Ease Misi be the Raptors pick. Please let him blossom into Pascal Siakam version 2.0, but 7-foot version that blocks a lot of shots and is really awesome and catches lobs from Scotty Barnes. Like, I feel like a 12-year-old trying to write to Santa right now. That's really what we're at right now. We're in that part of the draft. We're in the prayer portion of the draft. Dalton going to the Lakers. Fuck. There we go. Yeah. You knew that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Told you, bro. Like, like I'm like JJ Redick looking at Dalton Connect sitting in the green room. Like, we have to take this guy, and he fits so beautifully with what they want to do. And he is perfect for them. This draft. I'll tell. Wow. I'm not releasing my draft grades right now, but this is 100% A plus.
A plus for Lakers. So who is Orlando going to take? Messi is going to be there for you at 19.
I think Orlando goes. Okay. I don't know what's worse. Okay. There's two things that can happen, and they're both terrifying to me. Option one, Orlando takes Misi right now, which leaves us with jack shit, right? Leaves us basically in the, Jacoby Walter, Trenton Flowers, I don't know who else, Deron Holmes sweepstakes.
Wow, that's a great pick for the Lakers.
Yes, it is. Sacramento is, who is this child on the screen here? Lakers select Dalton Connect, where there's a picture of like some child. Okay. That's probably not a child. That's probably not a child. My bad. I can't hear my guys. I'm sorry. The Lakers. That sucks, man. Like Dalton Connect in. I really could have sold
Oh,
myself on Dalton for sure.
all because of the coin flip, right?
Yeah, Fisher
60,
says De
60.
Silva at 18. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I don't doubt that De Silva could go 18, and honestly, with the Magic needing a shooter, I really could
Yeah,
see them taking 18. They all
I think you get your pick is Missy. Would likely go for his Missy, then pick a
okay. So it's going
wingers.
to be between. Okay, so we're at a point where Ismisi has fallen exactly where most people projected he would. Vegas had Ismisi going after 20. Just
20,
FYI.
20, 21st
Okay.
to New Orleans
So,
or so.
as I was saying, I don't know what's worse. The Raptors get Ismisi in their hands and they pass on him, or someone takes him from us. So now we will have the chance to test the hypothesis. Will it be Ismisi? Now, someone's saying it's Collier or Misi. I agree. This is honestly terrifying.
Or Jacoby Walter.
What?
Jac-
Don't do that. You get booted so fast, bro. I don't care how long we've been friends. I will boot your ass so fast. You tell me they picked Jacoby Walter over.
I'll come to Canada to beg you. It's one plane away, one flight away.
It's Keyshawn George, or Misi. Okay, we're gonna
I
take.
think it's I think it's Kishan Judge.
Oh God. Okay, so you're watching the feed, right?
Yeah,
Has Orlando made their official selection yet?
no.
Okay, good. So we're still a little bit behind. Okay, let me create a new poll, and we will now be able to ask people with official guys who are on the board, who do you actually want?
After
Oh,
Orlando makes their pick, or
Orlando is going Tristan Da Silva, right? I mean,
yeah,
we're gonna trust Jake Fisher on this one. Okay.
Sham already selected picked and picked him.
Okay, cool.
Sham called it.
Okay. This is going to be back-to-back drafts where my guy is right there and he goes one pick later. I have a feeling.
Not
But you know
even
what?
1, 2, right? We Dalton Connect and okay. Okay, do your poll quickly, please.
Who goes on the poll? Ismisi, Jacoby
It,
Walter.
Isaiah Collier and then Kishan Judge.
Oof.
Yeah, I had the buzz on Kishan Judge was all over, so let's see.
Yeah, but that almost makes you think like the Raptors would never have let that leak. Keyshawn George and who else? So Jacoby Walter, Keyshawn George, Ismisi, and Isaiah Collier.
Yeah, but it didn't leak, right? I think it leaked late. It wasn't on all the players that worked out with Raptors. You said it when Zach Edey, right?
Yeah.
Worked out Raptors. The Raptors, if they really want this guy, they're not gonna showcase him.
Yeah. Bro, right now, I'll tell you what's going to make me create. Like, I'm just going to go through the disaster situation. So I brace myself for the disaster. Okay. We pick Jacoby Walter. I'm going to be a little bit pissed. We pick Pacome Dadier. I'm going to be pissed ish. If we pick Jonathan Mogbo, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed, but I'll understand it. If we pick Deron Holmes, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be a little bit pissed, but I'll be okay. If we pick Tyler Kolek, I'm going to be pretty pissed. I'm not going to lie about that. Isaiah Collier, I'll get over it. I'll get over it really fast. Okay. If we pick anybody else beyond this list, so help me God, that includes Johnny Furphy. If we pick Johnny Furphy, I'm going to smash this laptop. Okay. If we pick
No.
Kevin McCullough, Keyshawn George, I'm like, I kind of understand where you're coming from, but I also have 1,000 concerns. If we pick Ryan Dunn, I'm going to snap. Okay. If we pick
Kishan
Kyle
Judge is slow,
Filipowski,
right? But
if we
it
pick
shoots
Kyle Filipowski, I'm going to break this. Like, I'm going to break this glass, bro. This is going to get real toxic real fast. My girlfriend's going to need a new laptop because I'm just going to smash it. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. But Kyle Filipowski would be crazy. Baylor Shireman, again, AJ Mitchell, Tyler Smith, Adam Bona. Honestly, Tyler Smith, I could see it would be like, oof, it could be there. Okay. Now, I'm going to let y'all react by yourselves. I have to go watch this with you, but I'm gonna turn on the volume and I'm just gonna go and see it. Okay.
All right.
When it's ready, and then I will come back and react with you guys, and hopefully we are not all collectively losing our fucking minds.
I hope
But
not.
this is scary times because honestly, Tristan da Silva was like not something that I would have hated. Like I would have been okay with it, and I think the Raptors would have been pretty fine with it too. I get this pick for them. I totally do. And I actually like this pick for them. Truth be told, I'm not sure I don't like him more than Jet Howard. Straight up. I could see a world in which I would pick him.
What if we go crazy and pick Tyler Colic?
Oh my God. Honestly, okay, I'm going to try to say this as a calming force in Raptors Twitter land and slash YouTube, okay? If the Raptors pick someone that is not someone we're expecting, please trust that they did their homework
Yeah,
and pray to
yeah.
God, that they did their due diligence and that they probably know more than we do. We are fans. We may be informed fans. We may be fans who did the digging into it, but none of us are professional scouts. We can all hope to be that good someday that we could identify that, but we're just fans. So let's just hope. Let's give the player a chance, right? But I'm really fucking hoping for Izmisi here, bro. Like I'm just gonna say it right now. Izmisi, please. Oh God.
If we pick him, then I'm gonna trust my side scout.
Allegedly we didn't work him out, right? And that might have been a visa issue, as has been the case with Pascal Siakam and has been the case with, but I mean, like, yikes, bro. Like 19 years old, the way he moves. I mean, I understand the non-shooting component of it. Maybe he didn't interview well. I don't know. Shit. Maybe they like Christian Coloco and Pascal Siakam. He's certainly a different type of person than those two. I'll tell you that much right now. But I like the type of person Izmisi is, man. I think and you know what's crazy? What if I overreact right now? We don't get Izmisi here, and Izmisi falls all the way to 31 because he had a really, really bad workout. I don't know,
Exactly.
but he's not falling past New York, bro. Okay, I'm gonna go watch 787 of you in here. You'll be without my voice for the next 2 minutes. Is it 3 minutes? When? Okay, it says Raptors 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Okay, I can stay with you for another 2 minutes, but it's an age-long tradition for me to go and be in front of the TV and watch it.
You can go.
I'm not gonna go and listen to them talk about manifesting ease Misi. How shall we maybe Masai thinks Misi will still be there at 31. Can I make you a friendly bet that there's no chance in hell that he's gonna be there at 31?
It's gonna go 21 or so if we don't
Okay.
pick him.
I'll go through what I think could happen here. I'll tell you what I think could happen. I think Tyler Smith could be it. Like I'm getting that kind of Tyler Smithy feeling that it could happen. Jonathan Mogbo would be like a crazy reach, but I get it. I really hope it's Izmisi, and I think right now I'm like 50% confident. But because last year I didn't get what I wanted, and now I'm like second guessing everything about myself because I'm not really sure like who's running the war room right now for the Raptors. Like, did they change their philosophy? Because last year, like, you know what I mean? Like John Hamilton saying Misi to New York. Exactly. Furphy number 5. I can see Tyler Smith. I could see Johnny Furphy. Johnny Furphy would be quite crazy. Not gonna lie. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna be here looking at a Honda commercial. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. Death 4K saying Walter is that guy. You get out of here. Don't say that, man. Why? Okay, Jacoby Walter.
Jacoby Water.
What are you saying?
Jacoby Water.
No.
Water.
Why are you saying that over and over again?
They picked him already.
What? Bro, are you trolling me?
Jacoby Water. Yes, sir. I like him. Jacoby Water. Hmm? Yes. Yes, sir. Correct. Good. I love the pick, man. Talent. He said he remixed his game after Kawhi Leonard. So this is our this is our Walmart Kawhi. Yes, sir. Trusty.
I I. Okay. I don't.
Wow. Yes, go. Love the pick.
I'm
Together.
glad one of us loves this pick because
I love I, lo- I love the pick. It was ranked like top five initially, right? And then he had some bad games, and I love the pick, man. He can create shot. He can create his own shot. Yes, sir. According to my site, trust my scout. Yes, sir. Let me go on camera.
okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
okay. Um, not super excited. Okay, some people are very happy. Some people are very devastated.
I love the pick. I love the pick.
What do you think about him defensively?
He's good defensively. He can score. He can create his own shot. Woo. I watched his interview yesterday on NBA TV. He said he may make his game after Kawhi. He drives to the basket, doesn't finish. He needs to get stronger to finish at the rim, but he's a really good pick. I think somebody compared him to Terence Ross.
Terrence Ross.
Yeah,
You just said that out loud,
yeah.
and you're saying that as a good thing.
No, in terms of shooting, create shot creation, but I love him. I love the pick. I'm not gonna lie. He was ranked top five right before the season started.
So was so were a lot of people, bro. So was Isaiah
I know.
Collier.
I wouldn't have been. I would have been fine with Isaiah Collier.
He's a good
Oh,
he's a good
so,
shooter. You know, he's
yeah,
a he's a good movement shooter. I think it works well off of Scotty.
he's a
Good.
good
You
ball.
know,
He's a good ball handler. Can create.
yeah. And I mean, maybe this is your how much point guard can he play though?
Let me look at this. I watched the game when they lost, right? When he took over the game, but they lost the game in the conference.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's a really good player at
I didn't I
19.
didn't I didn't love his handle. Watching him at Baylor, I didn't love his handle.
I heard he
Um,
worked. I heard he worked out. He had a great workout. So, and he wasn't even on the list of players that worked out for the Raptors.
mhm,
So it's possible that they hid because they didn't call him as one of the players that to the green room. Like they later added him.
right. Well, there goes. Jacoby Walter had 18% of the vote for who does Toronto pick. I'm assuming some of you picked after the pick was
I,
announced.
I I picked him
Yeah,
on the vote.
yeah,
I picked
nice.
him on the vote.
Okay, I'm just gonna go and watch this.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute mine for a second too.
All right. I'm back. I've calmed down a little bit. Okay. So again, mid first with high floor. Ease Misi, we didn't go for him. These other guys were pretty much all off the board. So it's either going to be one of these two guys. We picked the other guy. That gives me some belief that maybe people were right about Izmisi and maybe I was wrong. Maybe there was some stuff in his interviews, or maybe some stuff in his physicals, or maybe some stuff in his game that I'm not witnessing, that maybe I'm seeing something in him that maybe isn't there. I kind of married myself to the idea early on that he had a little bit more pop and a little bit more dynamicism in his game that maybe it wasn't there. Who knows? I'll trust Masai. Jacoby Walter is fine. Like
I love the pick. I love the pick. I'm not gonna lie.
sure.
I
I'm happy it's not.
I
Honestly,
love.
I'm happy it's not one of these guys. And to be clear, I had Jacoby Walter over Rob Dillingham, over Isaiah Collier, over Khalil Ware. So he's like, let's see, where's Jacoby Walter on my board here?
I
So
love
this
the
is
pick.
9. Okay. So 9. I had him at literally 18. Wait, hold on. No. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I had him at 16 on my board and we took him at 19. So I shouldn't be crying. And maybe this is just a Rob was very, very wrong about Ease Misi's type of situation. I have no idea. I'm perfectly fine with this pick. It's not what I would have wanted. It's probably not what I would have done in that moment, but I see the upside. He's long, he's versatile.
Yeah,
Um,
6'10" wingspan. Wow.
that really does fit in with sort of the Raptors mold of wanting to get guys. He's efficient, like he's a pretty efficient scorer. Let me pull up his numbers. On the college year. Let me see here.
So Gary Trent is likely gone.
I don't know about that, but yes, this is a guy, also like I'll say this. This is a player that actually I think weirdly enough could play for you next year. Um so as a three-point shooter last year, right? I didn't love his efficiency, but you wonder how much his efficiency can get better, right? So he's a freshman. You don't know how much better he could have been in the next year. He's very young, right? So
How
his
old is
free
he?
throw attempt rate is pretty decent, right? Like overall, like I'll tell you some promising things about him. He's a fairly good rebounder for a guard, right? So with that long wingspan, he was reasonably efficient. I'm going to say 6 box plus minus is pretty decent for a freshman playing in the Big 12. It's not bad, right? The 3-point attempt rate is solid at 57.4% 3-point attempt rate. So he's a gunner who's willing to take those threes. He didn't make them at high enough clip last year for me. So there's an evolution here. But this is the second straight year that the Toronto Raptors are drafting a player that you don't have to teach how to shoot. And that's good. You have 79% free throw shooter, which is promising for his shooting touch. He can get his shot off the dribble. Honestly, there's a part of me that felt like he might go higher. I didn't necessarily like him as a prospect. There are issues that I have with his handle, specifically his overall size, although it is encouraging to know that he has a 6'10 wingspan. You know, that is usually a good thing for a guard. His ability to become a primary initiator will be the make or break skill for me. Because I understand that he can play two and he can play off of guys, and that he has, um, you know, young man saying Grady all over again. I don't think this is Grady all over again at all. Um, Capital gains, pros. He is young. Con, no handle, doesn't move laterally well enough to be a point of attack defender. Fair. And I don't envision him as some sort of super lockdown defender, but I do view him as a potentially like decent team defender down the line. So I'm not projecting OG and Anunoby type defense here, or even Jalen Brown type defense, right? Compelling, saying he reminds me of Aaron Nesmith. I think you're going way too much into the physicals there, man. He's not Aaron Nesmith in my opinion. Does this mean Ochai is gone? No, 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 I don't think so. Um, Jacob Isaac saying, "Fuck, Misi, Misi Misi at 21 to New Orleans."
Yeah,
Yo, this is back to back years that New Orleans has picked the guy that I wanted.
I think Jacoby Waters, he knew was coming to Toronto with his purple jacket. Maybe got a promise.
Maybe.
Look at his interview with Sham in April. He says, "I think I'm the best shooter in this draft."
He's
Projected
wrong.
top
He's
10
not.
pick.
He's not.
Yeah, you got to have the confidence and put the work.
Okay. I mean, I'm rooting for him. He's a Raptor now, so
He's a
I'm gonna root
Raptor,
for
yeah.
him. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, and again, last year, again, we were at
They went
13,
for the best player available.
right? Um, okay, let's see here. So we got Shams Charania. So let's put that back on the board. Now we've had a little bit of a time to react to this.
Oh, I
Share
love the
screen.
pick. I'm not gonna lie.
I just, bro, like, I mean, like I value what the Pelicans are doing here. Karen Hall saying crowd is happy at the Raptors Republic watch party. I think it's worth noting that the Raptors Republic watch party was devastated when we
Oh,
picked Scotty.
New Orleans Celeste leaves Missy.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Then Cleveland Celeste Jalen Tyson. So Keyshawn George is still there. Maybe we'll fall to the second round.
Okay.
Back home daddy is still there.
Okay. So who went 18 again? What was the 18th pick?
The the 18th pick was this guy Tristan
Right. De Silva. Okay. So De Silva,
Jacob
19,
Jacoby Walter
Walter,
20
20.
Jalen Tyson
Okay. And then 21 is going to be
leaves Missy.
Misi. Shit. All right. There we go.
Maybe we can get Chrome share undrafted. You never know. For
Why do people like him? I don't get it.
he can shoot. He's young. He's the youngest player in the draft. So he's
Once again, two
supported.
very bad arguments, and I don't really think he can shoot that well.
He has a shooting potential. Let's put it that way.
Hmm. Well, we still got 31, and Gary and Bruce trade is probably incoming. I don't know about that. Tetrahedron saying, I thought Toronto had 2 first-round picks for some reason.
We
They
traded the
did.
other one
they,
to
they they they
Utah.
had 3. They lost 1, they traded 1, and they kept 1, and then they spent it on Jacoby Walter. Matthew Lasanctus saying low assists for a guard. I agree. Look, I mean, with his athleticism and his frame, if he was a polished and complete player with his shooting profile, he would have gone top 5. So obviously at 19, you're picking a player with some holes. Okay. And that's exactly what Jacoby Walter has. He has some holes in his game. He has holes as a playmaker. I think holes as a ball handler. I think this is stuff that maybe, if you think about it, maybe this is exactly the stuff that Darko Rajakovic and Jama Malik can help with, right? So I don't know. I like his athleticism overall. He doesn't, like I'm more curious now than ever to go back and really look at some of his athletic testing and maybe go watch some more tape on him. I'm not having the meltdown of like, oh my God, we picked like this. He was like, of the 2 players on the board that were left for me, he was the other guy, basically. That's really what it was, right? He was the other guy. So I'm perfectly fine with it. It's just there's a part of me that's like, if Yves Misi comes out and he's Serge Ibaka, how good does this guy have to be for you to justify passing on Yves Misi? You know? Steve Ed saying Jacoby to replace Gary. So I could see that. I could see that a little bit. Like there is a little bit of Gary Trent Jr. in his game with expanded wingspan, but he's a far cry from being the scorer that Gary is right now. Gary, I think, was number 1 in the NBA on open threes last year. More of a creator, Caldwell Pope. Yeah, I could see that too. That's I don't know about the creator Caldwell Pope. I just think it's just Contavious Caldwell Pope. Rob, why wouldn't trade Gary or Bruce? I feel like it would be beneficial for us. Gary cannot be traded because he's a free agent.
You can sign and trading.
Yeah, MJ saying you are overrating Misi. It's very possible I am. Bueno Kitty saying I'm okay with the other guy. Yeah, that's going to be his nickname from now on. It's going to be the other guy because basically he had 2 guys left on the board at that moment for me, and both of them. I'm curious to see where Isaiah Collier is going to go now.
26.
26.
Who has the 26 pick?
Why are you just saying random numbers? 26.
I think that's what I was reading, that his floor is like might be. No, it's not going to be 26 anymore because that's Wizards.
Can you
They're
imagine
thinking,
if Isaiah Collier falls to 31?
do you take him
Yes.
and
100%
run?
yes, and I run.
Hmm.
Okay, honestly, at that point, I have to ask the question, why has he fallen that far? And I trade the pick and I trade back and I try to get Jonathan Mogbo. Straight up.
But then, right? The good news is that we have online to to do all the research. So now I'm just hoping that Pacom Daddy drops to 30, the second round,
Yeah,
and
I'd be fine. I'd be fine with
Pacom
it.
Daddy and Kishan George. But then we need a center.
Yeah. Um, I don't like okay, so I'm at a point right now where let's just see who could fall, right? So all these
Hmm.
guys are gone, right? So now we're just looking at this, which is late first flyers, right? Tristan Silva's gone, Rob Dillingham's gone, Kalel Ware's gone. So we're looking at Tyler Kolek, Isaiah Collier,
Oh,
Deron Holmes,
Darren Holmes, yeah.
Pacom Dadiet, Jonathan Mogbo, and then
Ryan Dunn.
beyond that, I don't think we're looking at Ryan
What?
Dunn, Kyle Filipowski, Keyshawn George, Kevin McCullough,
Baylor Sheeman,
Baylor Shireman, Johnny
and
Furphy,
Bobby
Tyler Smith.
Clintman.
Okay, so you know what? If the Raptors exit this draft with Jacoby Walter and Tyler Smith, or Jacoby Walter and Deron Holmes, or Jacoby Walter and Baylor Shireman, Jacoby Walter
Oh,
and Ryan Dunn, Jacoby Walter and even Kyle Filipowski, Jacoby
yeah.
Walter and Johnny Furphy, like I'm really starting to see the upside of that 31st pick, man.
I agree, 100%. Somebody's gonna drop. Somebody really good is gonna drop to that pick, and it's possible that you have like three players at that 31st pick or four that you can trade down, maybe two or three picks down, and
Bro, you always playing 2K. You're trying to get these guys.
I'm trying to
Um,
get more. I'm trying to get more assets.
yeah, Chrome unit saying Dunda man. I like Ryan Dunn. That'd be interesting. Um, Bobby Clintman would be another guy in
So
this
the
range.
Rockets have traded the 28th pick and 56th pick. They're picking for Phoenix.
Oh wow, Phoenix traded back into this draft.
Yeah. No, Phoenix.
Interesting.
Phoenix had the 22nd pick, right? So they want them more draft picks. So they're picking the 28th, 56, and two future second rounds. So they
Hmm.
select Darren Holmes. So it's going to so they traded up to pick Darren Holmes at 22. The Nuggets.
Deron Holmes is going to
Yeah,
the Nuggets.
yeah, at 22.
Yeah, I can see that coming. All right.
So they
Shoot. Phoenix trading number 2, which takes Deron Holmes the second. Sources say, "Fuck." Okay, well there goes someone that I would have really really wanted at 31. Okay,
I so possibly Phoenix will take back. I don't think they'll pick the back on that day. Maybe they'll pick as I call you fall into Phoenix. Woo. That's a good pick for 27. 'Cause they don't have a
mm,
point guard.
yeah. I'm just gonna add the first initials. Jacoby Walter. He does have the word Kobe in his name. Should that
The
mean
parent
anything to me?
the parents named him after Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Oh God, sounds great. Holy shit.
So
Okay. Am I gonna have shades of Benedict Mathurin with this guy? Is there elements of that in his game?
Brandon Miller.
No, Brandon Miller is different caliber of player here. Not gonna lie, I think the name is really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think more so if I more so am worried about the notion of a player growing up thinking he's gonna be Michael Jordan / Kobe Bryant. Um,
Gonna be from Scotty
Raptors are
Barnes.
getting Wiseman. Don't say this shit, bro. No.
Scotty Scotty Barnes to Jacoby for the win.
Jacoby to Scotty. Jacoby to Scotty. Way too smoky saying 38-inch vert. I don't care about vert, but that's good to know. 6'10 wingspan. What was on the board from New York for Bruce Brown last year? Huh? As in, like, what were they offering? I don't know. I don't know if any of that was real, to be honest with you. I don't know. Um, what we think does this mean for Gary Trent Jr. now? Gone now? I was expecting us to get a big man like most guys. Yeah, honestly, I really expected us to target a big too, and it's kind of like crazy to see Deron Holmes and Yves Missi go back to back. I think maybe, Jacoby going where he did signals, at least to some extent, where they are with Gary Trent Jr. I don't think they would ever pick a guy just to plug a spot, but it has to factor in to some degree subconsciously that that this is a hole on your roster, that you don't have this dynamic guard who can get into the paint and work off of Scotty. I also wonder if, like personally, it's just as a personal philosophy thing. I don't like 6'4" guards who can't play point. So,
He was a big 12 freshman of the year, right?
okay, sure, right? But can he play point? Like, have you seen anything in him that gives you the idea that he can play point guard? Like, I don't see that vision in him, right? Like, and again, funny enough, back-to-back years, the one prospect, I think in this entire range, the prospect that I watched Jacoby Walter while I was watching East Missy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, Etrick saying, what do you do about Wiseman? Why are we talking about James Wiseman, bro? That's what I want to know. Why?
Will you take Filipovsky at, I think I mispronounced
31?
his name, at 31 year? Filipovsky?
Filipowski, Kyle
Yeah,
Filipowski. I mean,
Filipowski, yeah.
I could see Kyle Filipowski. It's just like, I mean, to me, like I want a big who can defend at the
But
rim. I feel like that's missing from our roster, and I don't
yeah.
like that. Jakob Poeltl is the only guy that can block a shot on our team. Like I would have loved, Yves Missi, largely because I saw the driving potential and the short roll potential, and I really value that player type with Scotty Barnes, like that lob threat, right? Like, I really
Mhm.
like that player type with Scotty. Now, I also like this theoretical player type that is Jacoby Walter. I really like that player type with Scotty as well. I'm just not sure that he is that type of player. Now, ironically, okay, who would you compare Jacoby Walter to in last year's draft? Is there a player that you would be like,
Possibly, what's the name of this guy that went to Utah?
Keontae George?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And that to me is like that's the guy that I was up against. That's the guy I was like blasting against. Like, please
Yeah,
don't pick
yes.
this guy. Please don't. And it's like maybe the Raptors are overcorrecting a little bit because they feel like, hey, um, I think this is a good comparison. Lonnie Walker is a fair comparison here, and that is probably the floor. I don't want to say
Or,
the
the,
floor,
or
but
this guy
that's
that went to Houston. What was his name?
which guy?
The one on 20th pick to Houston last year during the
Cam
mock.
Whitmore,
Can't wait more.
bro. Are you telling me he reminds you of Cam Whitmore?
In terms of the 3-point shooting and the
I
shot
don't think
creation,
I don't think so, but
it's more Jack. It's more this guy, the one that went to Utah.
So somewhere between
Chicken.
Keontae George and Cam Whitmore. No wonder. I mean, this is a massive departure from the Raptors' typical. Because I'm telling you, man, typically the Raptors pick East Measy 10 times out of 10 in this situation. Typically. But suddenly we're going a different direction here. Back to back years, there's a slightly different direction. Hmm. John Hamilton saying Detroit waiving Wiseman. Okay. Can we please not be hoarders of dumpster talent? Can we please ask ourselves why is a team waiving a 23-year-old former number 2 pick? And why would they be the second team that has given up on him in less than 3 years?
Oh, look at Raptors Twitter that it was meant to be with the purple jacket. So
Hmm.
I think he knew he was going to the Raptors. I think he got a promise.
Hmm.
It's interesting that all the workout tracker, right? Nobody had him that worked out for Raptors.
Hmm. I don't know,
And
man.
if
Like
you listen to Dan Tozma, right, it's like okay, they're gonna go for upside.
they're gonna go for what?
Player that has upside, the best player available that has like that it might not be the player this year, but at least 2 to 3 years out, they can project that it's gonna be like one of the best players that they picked.
Hmm. Coach Mo, what's going on, man?
Hey, Coach Mo.
Hey, what's going on? So I was watching the draft and you guys, and you know how people had a complaint a couple years back where it's like the draft is ruined because Sham and Woj keep they keep saying the picks before they happen. So I was watching you guys and then I was like, yo, I just want to be kind of a little suspense. When you hear the music that yeah, so I just thought of that, but bro, I'm not mad at the pick, honestly. From where we were last year,
Hmm.
depleted of talent, man, just selecting a first round pick, it just feels good. Let me just start there. It just feels good to have not traded it for
Bro, what has
fucking
Masai
nothing.
done to you? What has Masai done to you?
No, I'm sorry. That the Thaddeus Young trade and the Jakob Pertl trade,
You-
some nights I just still wake up in cold sweats. Like,
Bro, you like those people that they rescue from those like prisons, and you give them some water and it's a little bit dirty and they're just like, I don't care. I haven't had water
oh,
in fucking
dude,
18 years.
I know. I'll a burrito from Taco Bell. I'll be thankful.
It's the
But
height. It's the height of luxury, right? Milwaukee is selecting AJ Johnson from the NBL at 23.
Oh, I like him. We worked him out too. It was
okay,
ranked second.
guys, I wanted Eves Misi too. Like, I wanted a big because okay, we have Emmanuel Quickly, we have Grady, we have Gary. Theoretically, we have um, Bruce. We have Walter. We have it's like we have Abaji. Everyone's like 6'4", 6'5". We need wings. We need size. Like
You you go for
it's like
you go for the
Jakob.
best player. You go for the best player available. We need
Okay,
everything.
okay. So you're gonna have to solve this in free agency or that 31st pick, because at this point, if the 31st pick is not 6'8" or above, then the free agency, like, we need somebody.
Look
We need
look
help.
at look at what this guy just tweeted. Robert Griffin three. Jacoby Water is a true two-way player with the 3 and D at only 19. He has so much room to grow, and he got that dog in him. Trust me, I saw it firsthand at Baylor. Toronto fans, you're going to love this young man.
I mean, we hear it every year, right? Like, I mean, at some point, some of these guys that are like dogs that are amazing, they fail. Now, I'm not saying he's going to fail. He actually has a little bit of Emmanuel quickly, weirdly enough, in his game. So there's like, there's upside, there's defensive upside. He's not a pure point guard. He's got a long wingspan. He's a good shot maker. He is a decent 3-point shooter who has high volume. Yeah, there's a little bit of Emmanuel quickly there. So him and Emmanuel quickly as a backcourt, that's interesting. Um,
It
but
works.
again, I do prefer size. Like, I mean, but hey, let us not ignore the fact that the Boston Celtics just had a pretty undersized backcourt with a very long wingspan. They just won an NBA championship, right? There is some value there.
Yeah, but they were playing along the two J's, right? So Scotty needs a running mate, right?
RJ, RJ and
No,
Scotty are the same size as Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, bro.
don't do that. Well, how tall is Jalen Brown? Don't do that.
6'6", same size. I promise you, they're the same size. I would never lie to you, man.
They're the
Okay.
same size.
Yep.
RJ and Jalen Brown are the same size.
Yep, and Scotty and Jason Tatum are the same size too. So it's like, I mean, you just watch the team do it. I think Drew Holiday's about 6'3", Derek White's about 6'3", so that's splitting the difference, 6'4", 6'2".
They are the
Yeah,
same height. Okay, does this sound correct to you? If I make this statement, tell me if I'm wrong. Jaylen Brown plays bigger on defense. He just seems bigger on defense.
he is bigger on defense. He's
Yeah.
more athletic. He's burstier. He probably has longer limbs. So yeah, he is bigger on defense. I get what you're saying.
It's not the offense I'm necessarily worried about. It's that defensive size and versatility that we need, right?
Sure.
Because guys like Darius Garland or, Damian Lillard, it's not the offense that gets them in trouble. It's defense.
Sure.
Defense is
Yeah.
the issue. And defense has been our issue. And I mean, I think we're going to break records for the most 6'4" guys on a roster.
Yeah. Christian saying, Walter, I feel sick done with this front office. Don't feel sick, man. Like it's okay. Like again, they didn't go crazy here, right? They didn't go
People
with
booed
what
when they pick Scotty Barnes too. Okay,
I
fans be
mean,
patient.
in fairness, like here's like to be completely, real about this, I'm not devastated at all. Like I'm just gonna be real about it. Like I'm not devastated at all. There's nothing to adjust from or adjust to. It's just a guy that I did not necessarily think the Raptors would go with in that situation. But look, man, like it's like that's where he was, right? Mid first with a high floor, and that's what you got, right? Mid first with a high floor. And beyond that, I'm just happy they didn't go with who a lot of the fans wanted us to pick. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I saw a Raptors Republic video yesterday where they were saying, Deron Holmes in that situation. I think a lot of people have been pushing for Keyshawn George because they see the long shooting, right? But they're not seeing all the other stuff that might be missing there. I've seen people pushing for Johnny Furphy. I've seen people push for Baylor Shireman here. There's a lot of guys. I am personally very curious to see what they do with that second pick. There's one player that I look at, Nikola Jurisic. I'm curious if they would go that way. In terms of highest upside guys, I understand upside is not purely youth and size, as sometimes is presented. But of the guys that I'm listing out that are still available, is there anyone that jumps out to you and says that guy has like something more? Kevin McCullough, Ryan Dunn, Baylor Shireman, AJ Mitchell, Tyler Smith. I mean, FA, I know you're going to say Tyler Smith, right?
Tyler Smith for me, yeah.
Filipowski, Jurisic, Dylan Jones, even though it says Dones there. Is there any of these guys, Johnny Furphy?
So Jacoby Walter is like 6'6" with shoes, 6'4.25" without shoes.
That's our guy.
197 pounds, 6'10" wingspan.
6'6" with shoes. I mean, it's weird, right? Like 6'5" with a 6'10" wingspan. I mean, that's solid size for a two guard. I don't want to be a solid size team though. I want to be a plus size team, right?
Yeah, and RJ has to be the two.
Sure. And then also, I look at it long term and I say, I would like to see if he can play one. If he can play one, this changes everything for me, right? It really does. And I didn't see enough skill set for him to be the one. So that's my biggest challenge right now. Can you guard point of attack and can you play the one, right? So that would be great. Teacher Mike saying I wanted Edie. I did not.
Edie,
Fave Bave Coogan. Yo, shut up about East Misi. Who are you talking to? If you're talking to me, you can get the fuck out.
At least he's wearing a bow tie. At least he came,
Sure.
At least he
with a purple jacket.
Yo, can I just say this? Man, one of the reasons why I was actually down with Yves Misi was, besides Scotty, like big men, I always enjoyed watching our young big men develop. I just found that to be the most fascinating thing. When we drafted Bosch, Carter is a whole separate issue. That dude's like the most exciting player probably we'll ever get in our existence. But Bosch, Bargnani, I remember JV, even watching Christian Coloco, his rookie year, play big minutes early. Dude, that was just so fun to watch. Like, it's different watching guards, right?
So you prefer bigs to guards?
I think bigs are more exciting because when they pan out, it's just
I think big wings are most exciting, right? And wings with guard skills are super exciting, right? I'm not super excited to see a 7-footer plot up and down the court. And I'm not
no.
super excited to see undersized twos and ones. It is interesting that Keyshawn George goes number 24. The Knicks trade number 24 to the Wizards for number 26 and 20 and 51. Sources say Washington selects Keyshawn George 24th. So Washington is going to end this night with Bub Carrington, if I recall correctly, 14th, Bub
Mhm.
Carrington, Alex Sarr, and Keyshawn George. That is interesting, which means they prioritize shooting, shooting, and shooting 3 times. That's cool.
What's
And
their
and they and they have what's the name of the other shooters that they have on their team?
and don't forget led by
Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma.
Jordan Poole and
yes. So
Circus.
what's their losing streak? What's the highest losing
I
streak
think
for?
I think they're trying to trade Kai
They might lose
Kuzma.
83 games this year.
They're gonna
They lose
be
82 games and then they get honorary 1 loss just on bonus. I don't know,
That-
man. Denny Avdija was one of the few young players on that team that I really believed in. I don't necessarily see how you got better this year. Maybe you're not trying to get better. I think Denny Avdija is actually like a player who makes sense in terms of like long term. He's also a guy that I'm pretty sure they spent the lottery pick on. So it's not like there's not like nothing. You traded, you just fucking wasted a lottery pick. And I'm not sure any of the players you got back are better than Denny Avdija.
no, that was like they got what did they give up? A 2029 first round pick, 2 seconds. 2029, it seems to be unprotected, and 2 seconds for Evdia. That's what the Blazers gave up. And you're getting him to compete.
Yeah.
I mean, this is now what the Spurs did. Oh my God, the Spurs just keep fleecing everybody.
You think so?
You don't. What do you think?
I mean,
of that
they
trade
just
for
they just
Minnesota?
traded Rob Dillingham for what? They got super late, Minnesota pick. It could be good, it could be terrible.
It's
Yes,
30,
very far down the line.
2031, right? Unprotected.
Okay, yeah, a pick swap and a 2031 unprotected. That to me is a very big gamble on a team being bad and them knowing that they have to be good that year. And you are building around Victor Wembanyama right now, and you have an 8th overall pick. I think you take this fucking pick. Like, to me, this is lazy. I would have. I don't think I would have traded that pick if I was the Spurs. I think I'd probably take Nikola Topic at that point, but that's just me. And you can argue right now that maybe 2031. Like, to me, you need to accelerate. Right? I don't think the Wolves are going to be bad at any point soon. Right? I just don't. I don't think they're going to be bad for the next 3 years, which means the value of that future pick only gets better when the Wolves get worse, which I don't see happening anytime soon. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
It's certainly possible. Everything's possible. It's possible for the Raptors to be the worst team in the league in 2030. It's possible. It's not likely.
Who's on that team besides Edwards then?
Again, whoever the hell you're drafting, and assuming that you just gave
Well,
them Rob Dillingham, if Rob Dillingham pops, like I'm just saying, like this is one of the higher floor guys. This is one of the low floor, high ceiling guys. So if he pops next to Anthony Edwards, you got Jaden McDaniels there. I'm not certain that they're gonna fail, but I'm just saying like that's new ownership, new group. They've given up draft picks, etc. I'm just saying like
I think they
yes,
got the
there's
better
a
guard
chance.
though early. They got the better guard early at number 3. Right? So I mean,
Number
they got
3.
someone. Wasn't their pick the third pick? They got the third pick.
Minnesota didn't have the 3rd pick. Houston had the 3rd pick.
No,
Houston
the
picked
Spurs.
Nate Shepard.
I'm in the Spurs.
Oh, they picked Stephon Castle, number 4. So
Yeah.
it was the 4th pick.
Yeah.
So
the
Knicks,
fourth-
okay.
So
the
they
next trade
got a
number,
guard. You want them to pick 2 point guards?
they're not necessarily point guards. I mean, okay, like if you genuinely think that there is no other player of value or consequence on the board at 8, if it was contingent on Donovan Clingan falling to you or something like that, and you just like, okay, Donovan Clingan's not there, so let's just go off of it. But I'm just like, okay. I mean, again, we cannot make any guarantees, but I'll almost assuredly tell you there's another all-star in this draft between picks 10 and 30. There's an all-star somewhere in there. I feel it.
By the way, just watching today and what happened yesterday, it's just hard to stomach that Siakam return. Unprotected picks are just being thrown around. And
I don't necessarily agree with that, man, because I mean, for me, Pascal Siakam was on a very bloated 1-year contract, half a year left, and honestly, he had very much pigeonholed us into having to trade him to a place where he would resign. No one was trading with that guy. No one was trading for Pascal Siakam with the chance that he would walk. So it was him going to Indiana or him staying and leaving for nothing.
Yeah, no,
It was
it's
the
just
same situation as Kyle Lowry, same situation as Fred VanVleet. These guys, they hamstring you because you get too buddy buddy with them, and
oh
then
no
you
no no
try to
yeah
do
yeah
right by them,
bleeding
right?
hearts, bleeding hearts.
Sure.
This is
But
what you get.
at the end, if a team is not like, if he basically says, I'm resigning with one team and one team only, I won't resign with, Sacramento because they said this thing about me and it got back to me and I didn't like it. I won't resign with Atlanta because I don't like their organization. I don't like what is okay. Well, you can't do shit, bro, because that's free agency. Who told you to sit and wait? Was I not sitting into a camera and saying you need to trade this guy 2 years ago? Yes, I was. So it is what it is. Like we move on. But for people looking at Mikal Bridges' return and saying we should have gotten that for Pascal Siakam, don't kid yourself. Mikal Bridges is a very valuable player. He is making half the money that Pascal Siakam is, and he has 3 years left on his contract. That's why he's worth that money.
No, it's just I just find it funny, all the people that were even saying we should have kept Siakam, bro. Did you see OG's contract?
Yep. And look, I'm a
And
big
he,
OG fan, but 42.5 million is crazy talk.
no,
Okay.
I mean, if we like what Pascal got, what Fred got, what OG got, Masai, salute to you. It was late, but oh my god, you hopped off that train before the rent was due. Oh my god.
And what people forgot about Michael Bridges, right? Houston was trying to trade for him, so um, New York decided to give Brooklyn something that they can say no to. That's what happened there.
That's fair. Let's see where are we at with the draft. I am just curious to see who drops. Is there any player like you're super rooting for? I'm assuming Pacom Dadiet. Pacom Dadiet is 25. Pacom just went to New York, so Pacom Dadiet is off the board at 25.
So
And
Tyler Smith.
So what happens to Hartenstein?
I think he goes.
Because Mitchell Robinson ain't a hot commodity right now.
I don't know. Is he
after all his injuries? After all his injuries,
that's fair. Let's see here. Number 24 is shit. Number 24 is Keyshawn George. Number 25 is Pekon Dadiet. So Keyshawn George. And number 25 is Pacom.
So Jacoby, what said Toronto did not work him out.
Yeah. We've already confirmed that. Walter confirmed
okay.
he did not work out with the Raptors. That's on the screen. Okay. So in terms of like who I'm rooting for at this point, I guess if Pacom Dadiet is off, and again, this is another player that I was reasonably high on. So let's just check like who's available from the players that I really like here. Real lottery talents, obviously all long gone. Mid first with a high floor, all gone. Fringe first round talents. Kevin McCullough still on the board. Keyshawn George just went. Ryan Dunn, I believe, is about to go very soon. But if he doesn't go, that would be interesting because I think a lot of people had Ryan Dunn locked to the Knicks, and the Knicks might get him at 27 because he just traded back and they'll probably take him at 27. I have a feeling. Kyle Filipowski, certainly. Johnny Furphy, a lot of people said first round promise. Is that Baylor Shireman? I think I see a little bit of Denver player type in Baylor Shireman, right? So I don't know. AJ Johnson was not on my list, so he's off. So Nikola Jurisic, I don't think so. And then, yeah, for the Toronto Raptors, I could see them really targeting at this place Jonathan Mogbo and Adam Bona. I could see them targeting, Nikola Jurisic, Baylor Shireman, Johnny Furphy. Like all of those are in play. It's going to be a very long 20 hours with all these players on the board. We'll see who becomes eliminated in the coming minutes, but I'm very curious.
Every time a trade was announced, my heart stopped because it's like, is that us moving up? You know, it's like,
who knows, man? Like these deals are weird, right? Like, I mean, who knows? Maybe we had a deal with Sacramento that if Nikola Topic is there at 13, we're willing to move this. Topic goes to 12. You never hear about the deal, right? And then you hear about it 3 years from now on an open gym episode, like when Topic becomes an all-star or something like that, and it'd be like, look, Messiah tried to get Nikola Topic, and it's just like not hard enough. Yeah, sometimes that's just what it comes down to, right?
The rich just like, get richer. In OKC, I mean, the talent on that team. Oh my god.
Yeah. Nathan Taylor saying Tyler, Brian Dunn, Mogbo. Yeah. Jacob Isaac saying French take over this draft low key. It's not low key at all, bro. It's the first 2 picks. It's 3 of the first 6 picks in the lottery. It's a massive takeover.
And the 25th pick too.
And the 25th pick. Was there another one as well? Or is that just it? That's 4 picks in the first round. Go from France. Yes. And I'm apparently at 1 bar right now, sitting at nearly 11 p.m.
Yikes. So, you know, yesterday your conversation with it was a great conversation, but you guys were talking about you both agreed that the Raptors are going to be much better, and you basically had to throw away last season, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much do the Raptors have to do additionally besides just pick their picks, right? And do just whatever random little signings or keep this guy or let this guy expire that they have to do to be at the where you think they could be?
Well, first of all, I think they make the play-in by default.
Yeah, I think at this point, play-in is a given. And depending on what Atlanta does, and if Atlanta tears it down, bro, 9th is basically given. If Atlanta joins the bottom feeders, because Atlanta could join the bottom feeders.
Yeah. Oak Tree saying you're being throttled, Rob. 100. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I don't know if that's sexual. I don't know what that could mean. 1,000 things. I don't know what that means.
It's definitely not sexual. You're being
I wouldn't
throttled.
want I wouldn't want a man say I want to throttle you. So I don't know.
No. He's saying you're being throttled. He didn't say I want to throttle you. That's Oak Tree, man. That's respect.
Okay.
Holy collar still on board. What the fuck? By Rogers. Oh, I got you. Because I was on 1 bar for a bit. I got you.
Why aren't you on Bell? Because during the pandemic, I was on Rogers, and everyone was always at home, and people would come over. And I did some research, and Bell had the best internet. So I switched over to Bell, and we had no issues.
Our building went over to Rogers, unfortunately.
Oh, Rogers.
So, you know what? 724 people in here are going to get my unabashed don't sign with Rogers advice. All right, there you go. Don't do it.
So guys, we have 720 people. Yeah, we have only 247 likes. Please click the like button. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Teacher Mike saying move to Taiwan, bro. Best internet.
Probably at the best price.
Probably, yeah.
So Jacoby Water grew up playing football.
That's good. That's a very, very, very good thing. Like I like basketball players who grew up playing football. And I like basketball players who grew up playing soccer, the official football. So yeah, those two are great.
Oh, I also want to say good job at Player's Choice. I listened to some of it at work.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
am I too monotonous? Do I need to be more animated? Do I need to use my hands more when I talk? I don't know. Like I was looking at some of the comments after, and it was like, bro, you boring as fuck. Those
guys are there for the zoo. Those guys are there for the zoo. That's what they're there for. Right? They used to want to watch the zoo animals. That's what they're there for. But
yeah. Joshua Avery saying, Rob, did anyone mention that the 2 prospects you were really high on, Messi and Hawkins, went to the Pels? Yes, I literally mentioned it the second Messi went to the Pelicans. It's funny. And also, like, I think, okay, look, in this draft, I was really high on Nikola Topic and Izmisi. These are two prospects that I talked about ad nauseum. Zachary Risache was up there as well. Stephon Castle, Ron Holland. I had some nice things to say about him. I haven't said one word about Jacoby Walter. I think I've uttered his name 6 times. The same thing is true about Grady Dick last year.
Yeah. So that's follow that trend. Follow that trend.
Follow the trend. It's going to be the person that I absolutely do not talk about at all. I literally talked about almost every one of these players except for him, because I was just like, I see Jacoby Walter going 14. I saw him going 13, 12, 15. I was like, man, probably not going to be there for the Raptors and probably not a fit. So, it's just a weird situation, right? It was like back-to-back years. I thought, I don't like that guy and he's not going to be there. Grady, I thought, damn, he's going to go to the Magic. I thought he'd definitely go 11 and then Jet Howard. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a good thing the Raptors are a lot more thorough than I am. Woj 26th, trade 26 to OKC. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, who's trading what?
Dylan Jones to Wizards. Another Wizards trade? Get out of here.
Bro, they're fielding the worst team human history led by, oh my God.
Okay, so Thunder.
Led by 2 champions. They're led by 2 champions, right? You do know.
The Knicks traded
They're led by 2 champions.
To Thunder. The Thunder, they're going to pick Dylan Jones.
No. The Thunder via New York are trading Dylan Jones at 26. Sources say.
No, they're targeting Dylan Jones at 26. So New York traded the 26 picks to Thunder.
So the 26 pick that they got back in the trade, they traded it back?
Yeah.
So they're not picking Ryan Dunn?
They're picking Dylan Jones at 26.
Would you take Ryan Dunn at 31 if he falls?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That would be cool. That would be really interesting.
At least Summer League will be fun with Jacoby and Grady backcourt.
And this guy is going to Summer League to O'Shea Virgie. So the OKC is sending 5 second-round picks to the Knicks.
Can I just flash this amazing prophetic super chat from earlier the night? Christian Burton, I get this feeling, it's this horrible feeling it's going to be Walter or Ware. If it is, I'm going to be pissed. He called it.
The trust, what this front office has done the past like 2 to 3 years, this fan base is on, like they're just on, the trust level has plummeted to an all-time low.
Sure. I'm not necessarily sure this is like one of those things where I'm willing to go to bat and say, y'all fucked up so badly. Okay. Like I have an inkling that Izmisi is going to be good. Okay. That's not to say that I don't think, Jacoby Walter couldn't be better. I just think Izmisi is a player. Like I think Iz is going to be a good player. Right. So all I know 5 years from now, this is you picked, some random guy who didn't make it in the NBA at all over the next Serge Ibaka or Pascal Siakam, or you picked Jaylen Brown over Pascal Siakam. Okay. I don't see any Jaylen Brown in him, but
are they scarred by Precious Achua? Because Misi's from Cameroon, no?
Achua's Nigerian.
No, I just mean the African connection.
I mean,
and
in
blindly,
fairness, the two Cameroonian players that you picked are awesome. Siakam and Christian Koloko were amazing.
By the way, can I just reiterate, man, our luck this past year with the 2 bigs we did have in Porter and, because it's like, we have no bigs, we need size, and we actually had 2 centers.
Yep, we had 2 good ones, and you'd be lucky to find someone at 31 who's going to be better than either of those guys.
Bro, when you and that guy were speaking the other day, what's that guy's name anyway? Shout outs to him. It was a good conversation.
Raps fan.
When you talked about Darko, and what he had to go through, the shitstorm Masai and Bobby had let pile up, and he had to deal with it with the trades and people half quitting because they were dead men walking essentially, right? Scotty's injury, Yak's injury, deaths in family members. Porter, the healthcare on thing, the trades, bi- stealth tanking at the end. I'm like, dude, this guy didn't have a shot in hell. And when you said he threw nobody under the bus,
Minnesota is
Minnesota's
picking
picked Terrence Shannon Jr.
yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now help me out here with my board here. 25 was Pacom Dadiet. Who went 26?
Dylan
Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Okay. D Jones. I see D Jones. I think Dow Jones, which is really funny. Okay, and 27 was 127 right now.
Terrence Jr.
Terrence Shannon Jr. Okay. Okay. If it were not for his scandal, I wonder if the Raptors would have taken Terrence Shannon instead of Jacoby Walter.
I think H2 is 23.
He's 23?
Yeah, he's gonna be 23 by the draft, I think.
The draft is tonight.
He's gonna be 23 by the season. Sorry. Oh, he's
Okay.
already 23. Let me see.
yo,
Yeah, it's gonna be 24 in July.
guys, in the 26 picks, the first 26 picks, only 7 were listed at power forward or center. Only 7.
Say that again.
From picks 1 to 26, only 7, their position on ESPN was
Mhm.
classified as either power forward or 7. Power forward or center, only 7.
So who was it? Let's see. Zach Edey,
Alex
Alex Sarr. So 3 of the guys in the top 10, right? Donovan Clingan, Zach Edey. So 3 of the guys. I guess they're considering Salon a small forward instead of a power forward, even though I think long term he'll probably play power forward.
So Phoenix Suns,
This
they're
league is getting
selecting
smaller.
the Suns. They're selecting Ryan Dunn at 28.
Fuck.
But do they need another defender or they need
No.
shooters?
Dude, I don't fucking care about shooters, man. They just got like they got the best defender in the NBA draft at 28 in a shit draft. And I really wanted him to fall to 31. Okay, now it better be Jonathan Mogbo or I'm gonna have a
I
spasm.
think Celtics might take Tyler Smith. They like shooters.
Okay, so we still got Tyler Smith on the board. Okay, we 28 picks in. We got 2 more. No, wait, 3 more. Shit, math fail. 29, 30. 2 more. And then that's our pick tomorrow. So who are the 2 guys?
Bill Scheinman is still there. Bobby Clintman.
Is
Rob,
Tyler Kolek still there?
Yeah.
but Rob, you haven't learned your lesson. You want him. Therefore, they will not pick him.
Johnny
Furphy
Furphy.
is still
Johnny
there.
Furphy, Baylor Shireman. Bro, I can't be wrong 3 times in a row. Can I? Yeah, I can.
I think Furphy might go to maybe Utah Jazz.
Where's Utah picking? 30th?
29th.
Oh shit, that's our pick.
Yeah.
That's the one we just traded. Oh man. You do get attached to these players, but honestly, at this point, it is massively a crapshoot, right? And it's like signing a player to a guaranteed 4-year deal for 29th pick or whatever is not a great value add at this point. If you're playing the odds, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that player at 31. FA, thanks a lot for the super chat, man. Jacoby to Scotty for the win. Funny guy.
19th pick.
19th, 19. That's funny. Did I don't think enough people made a big deal out of the fact that OG signed for 212.
Oh my god.
212, bro. Area code, New York.
And you know what OG's agent is saying? We gave you a discount. We didn't take everything we could.
They did give him a discount. They could have taken them for more.
Yep, they did.
It's still a crazy overpay. I'm gonna say it 5,000 times, but yes, they did give them technically they did give them a discount because they did leave some money on the table. Honestly,
if the Knicks are healthy, they're tier 1 contender in the East. If everyone is healthy in the East, and assuming the Knicks keep Hartenstein and get rid of what's his name, Robinson,
Mhm.
I think they're on the same tier as Boston. I think they're the same tier.
I
The
think so
Knicks?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Knicks are on the same tier with the Celtics because the top five of um, Brunson, Bridges, OG, Randall,
Mhm.
Hartenstein, and then you have DiVincenzo and Hart coming off the bench. And OG
Right.
and Randall can play small ball five, right?
Oh,
They're not big.
this guy is still there, Isaiah Collier.
Yo, that's wild.
Imagine getting him and at
Isaiah
31.
Collier and Jacoby Walter at third. Yo, wow.
And Tyler Smith, Bob Sherman is still there. Wow.
Okay, so the Raptors really, really, really like honestly, that Knicks pick, that Knicks trade is a gift that just keeps on giving. That 31st pick from Detroit is going to be hella valuable. I'm telling you, man. 31. I identified this early in this draft. There's a range in every draft that is super strong, and there's a range in every draft that is super weak. And in this
Uh,
draft, that 30, like honestly, it's actually 20. It's actually 17 to like 35 is
35,
so
yeah.
strong.
35,
And
yeah.
and you look at that and you're like, man, if you're at the top end of that, like 17, 18, 19, you're probably like, this sucks, right? Not getting anything. But when you're on the bottom end of that and Isaiah Collier falls to you at 30, holy shit. Now I'm not like this is scary times for Isaiah Collier, though. I'm just gonna put that out there. That's scary. Kyle Filipowski, Isaiah Collier, right? Tyler Smith.
Tyler
There are
Smith.
3 players on the board right now that I think a lot of people could have talked themselves into picking top 20.
Yeah.
Easy.
Even Bella Sherman was projected top 25 too.
Yeah. I just want to clarify. I was upset about Walter, but I've cooled a bit. I really wanted I wanted a big. We have the early second, but I feel the best bigs are gone. I agree with you. I feel exactly as you felt. I have also cooled down quite a bit. I hope that Jacoby Walter is fantastic. I admit that I'm not super high on him, but I was not low on him. He was 16th on my board. We picked him 19th. Technically, that's a win.
Yo, Isaiah Collier to Utah.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Danny Ainge, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
This is still at 29. Jeez. I think so. Boston at wow.
Okay. That's crazy, man. All right. Cool.
They just added Dunn to Peyton Watson. Like it's like, can we get
What
one
do
of
you
those
mean?
guys? I mean, just those were long.
Wait, 28 was Ryan Dunn
Yeah,
to Denver?
Yeah.
to Denver. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
No.
Peyton
Yeah.
Watson. It's like, can we get one
So,
of those guys instead of getting one of these? I guess we gotta wait. So if 31 is as valuable as we think it is,
Hang on,
because
hang on, hang on. Before you just say this, can I please reiterate for everybody, as much as we were all on board for trading away a first round pick at the end of the draft that was meaningless, just an FYI, if Isaiah Collier turns into a fucking all-star, we traded away a fucking all-star for Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Abaji. This is gonna come back to
yeah.
haunt us.
Yeah.
and
Because
Obaji ain't good.
yeah, because Abaji hasn't worked out super
No,
well so far.
he ain't good.
That's tough, man. Like, I mean, again not a fan of Isaiah Collier, and I've made it known pretty early that he was like he's on the end of this tier. But all these guys, among these guys, Tyler Collier, I think according to my own big board, I wouldn't have taken him. I would have taken Deron Holmes is gone. I would have taken Jonathan Mogbo or Tyler Collier over Isaiah Collier. So that speaks volumes to where I was on Isaiah Collier as a player. Um, it's interesting that the same team that picked Keontae George, the same team that already has Colin Sexton picked Isaiah Collier, they're just loading up on this draft, on this player type.
They're trying to trade Colin Sexton.
They can trade him. That's fine. I don't think, I mean, just to be completely fair, I don't think Isaiah Collier is going to be an all-star. Just to be completely, yeah. Daryl saying Danny Ainge screwed us twice today when he picked Cody Williams. OKC took Topic. Now he takes Collier off the board. 2 picks before the Raptors. Yep. Justin Stewart saying Flip, please be there at 31. He will probably almost definitely be there at 31. So at this
if
point,
it's
we're
not there,
just,
Taylor Smith is there.
I mean, yeah, so you're getting a stretch big at 31. How do you like Tyler Smith's defense?
If you pick him at 31.
Do you not care about defense at 31? What are you talking about?
Well, they didn't play defense in that team. I don't know. You can shoot the ball.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I would take Jonathan Mogbo over both those guys, and that's just me talking. Like I take Mogbo at 31. That probably means the Raptors are not going to take Mogbo at 31, but I like him a lot.
So Givoni had Jacoby Ward at 12.
Who? Jonathan Givoni?
Jetta Givoni, yeah.
That's encouraging. Is Mogbo friends with Scotty? Yes, he is. And what I found most interesting is he was doing an interview in which he was asked about the players that he looks like he watches in the NBA. I think he talks about Draymond, and I don't know if he talked about Draymond. Who he talk about? He talked about somebody, and then he talked about Scotty Barnes, right? I think he mentioned, yes, I think he did talk about Draymond. He said Draymond, and then he said Scotty Barnes. And he never mentioned, oh, I know Scotty. I hang with Scotty. I'm from the same city as Scotty. And the interviewer didn't figure it out either. So I was like, yo, how is this guy covertly just skipping over that part of it? I mean, I appreciate that he's not name dropping and being like, yo, Scotty Barnes is one of my best friends. But I think that's interesting. Honestly, at 31, if he's there, you better hit right if you're passing on him. I'm just going to put it out there. Like, you better be right. Because I think Jonathan Mogbo is going to be a player in the NBA. I don't know if he's going to be a starter or a role player, whatever, but I think he's going to be a rotation guy in the NBA to someone, right?
Can he shoot?
So he's been doing work in the open gym. Again, not really being guarded by anybody, but he's going at game speed and he's hitting shots, right? So Boston got Baylor Shireman. Of course they motherfucking did. Baylor Shireman is awesome.
Another shooter.
He's a really, really, really good player. So now the Toronto Raptors, I mean, the Boston was the final one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So great. Now I got to fucking spell Shireman. How do you spell Shireman?
SCHEIERMAN.
Okay. I hope I got that right. Okay. All right. Baylor Shireman. Okay. So now in terms of what's on the board for the Raptors at 31, let's discuss it very quickly and let's get the hell out of here. Tyler Smith, Kyle Filipowski, Jonathan Mogbo, Tyler Kolek. I am very happy the Toronto Raptors have
Cam Christie, AJ Johnson.
Yeah, that's yes. And Adam Bona, even though you don't like him. Did you say AJ Mitchell?
Yeah.
Okay. Trenton Flowers, Bobby Klintman. You have 10 options. You have like 9 or 10 options. I hope for the Toronto Raptors' sake they pick a good one.
Or a trade.
Yeah. I mean, there might be someone who's just like, oh, or Nikola Juricic. There might be someone up. Whoa, Johnny Furphy. No first round promise?
Yeah.
The whole time, everyone's like, first round promise, first round promise. If it's not a first round promise, I wonder if it's a Toronto Raptors promise at 31. The reason I say this, not to be super lazy with my analysis, but they do have a bit of a track record with Kansas guys. They just picked up 2 of them. They're pretty close to that coaching staff. They like the way they play. There's a little bit of synergy there. I wonder if that's it. And of course, there's Bronny James. Yes. So, New York is trying to reunite all the Villanova boys, and we're just going to reunite all the Kansas boys. It's great. RK saying, yes, Furphy would be the dream pick. Dream bigger. I'm just kidding. Furphy is fine. I'd be perfectly fine with like 9 options. Honestly, I cannot tell you between those players, like, oh, this is terrible and this is good. They're all flyers. They're all flyers, right? Tyler Smith, yeah, there's upside. A Raps fan that I was listening to, he seems to think Tyler Smith is, like the best. RH Utah took Collier. We were so close. Honestly, don't don't beat yourself up too much because I'm pretty
you
sure
don't
Boston
want
would have taken him if Utah
exactly,
didn't.
and we didn't want 3 rookies, right?
We didn't want 3 rookies. Yes, apparently that would be the worst thing in the world. Yes, 3 rookies. Grady, someone's saying Furphy, Grady, and Walter would be a fun summer league. Daryl saying, wouldn't surprise me at all if Furphy is the pick. 2 months ago, I thought he would be gone before the 19th pick. You want to know the truth? 2 months ago, there were people who thought he wouldn't get drafted. So, you know, a lot of stuff happened when he came into the draft, and then he didn't withdraw. People expected him to withdraw. He listened to the wrong people. He's not a first round pick at this point. I don't know if he would have been a first round pick next year. So who the hell am I to say? Right? I don't know. Asu Fane, Mogbo, or Tyler for me. Will there be a Bobby presser later tonight? There probably should be. Yeah. Someone said a year ago, Filipowski seemed like a possible lotto pick in a better draft. Just throwing that out there. That is 100% true. And I got to say, Kyle Filipowski coming off an injury, maybe didn't have the strongest season, didn't have the strongest tournament. I think people have just seen too much of him, you know? I think the Raptors will get a good pick at 31. I'm not like, I didn't expect Kyle Filipowski and Johnny Furphy to be there. I didn't expect Tyler Smith to still be there. So there's guys on the board. Colic, Tyler Colic. Like there's a lot of guys where I'm just like, okay, there's like serious upside here. I hope the Raptors do a good job. And any final thoughts, guys?
Call Washington. Call Washington and be like, you guys need another pick?
Yeah,
What are you
it's
getting back from them?
good.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I'm really waiting for free agency at this point. I'm waiting for free agency. That's where I'm gonna get my rocks off is free agency.
I think I'm waiting for tomorrow to see what happens with the pick. So they got the whole night to think about it.
Yeah, I think if they've done their work, this should be pretty obvious, right? Who they're going to pick. And tonight is just a matter of debating, and then tomorrow morning get into the office and just work out the final debates. Fashion Demon saying, why did Collier fall more than Whitmore? I think it just came down to the shooting. If people didn't buy the shooting, I think his interviews were a little bit interesting. I didn't walk away from one of his interviews feeling very impressed by him. I wonder if other GMs felt a similar way. But Danny Ainge is really good at seeing past the bullshit. They batted on high upside. They got a real, actual lottery talent. I think Collier is borderline lottery talent. Like I obviously didn't see him as a lottery talent, but some people did. Getting him that late in the draft, this is a throwaway. They tossed out Ochai Agbaji to get this, right? I think right now Isaiah Collier, the draft pick, has more value than Ochai Agbaji. So
I agree.
I don't know. Yeah. Jacoby Walter press is uploaded. That's great. Okay, so I'm definitely going to check that out. FA, any final thoughts?
Nothing really. I think we'll wait for tomorrow and see where it goes.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
all right, man. Thanks a lot for calling, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace. Okay, we will go. We've been on one bar for like half an hour here. Like the more I talk shit about Rodgers, the worse it gets. So let's try this. Rodgers is great. Rodgers is awesome. The most stable, totally not unreliable internet in the world. Does it get? Did it make the internet better? No, not really. Shit. That's gonna be real fun trying to download an entire video on one bar. Hang on a sec. Can someone link the interview? If y'all saying it's on, is it on YouTube? I'm not seeing it. Oh, here we go. 27 minutes ago. Okay. Okay. Ad blocker, ad blocker, ad blocker, ad blocker, ad blocker, ad blocker. Come on, man. Okay. 85,000 ads because my girlfriend doesn't have ad blocker. That's cool. That's cool. I'm patient. Pass down easy, easy. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. I'm gonna probably spend the night. I gotta finish off a writing assignment again. Because I couldn't finish it before this draft started. I gotta tell you, I'm probably gonna spend quite a bit of time talking about, looking up, and yes, I have been closing ads. Honestly, these ads are ridiculous. Wow. Without ad blocker, where would life be? Alright. Um, okay, let's play the clip, and we're out.
Them in the draft process at all?
No, I didn't know honestly. And I didn't end up working out with him, but I mean, this is where I was supposed to be.
Jacoby, it's John Chidley Hill from the Canadian Press. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How familiar are you with the Toronto Raptors and the young core of Quickly, Barrett, and Scotty Barnes?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched all of them play, college wise and NBA. Scotty, big personality guy. You know what he brings to the team, all the energy. RJ, same with him. You know what he brings. He can score the ball very well, and then Quickly, just a great point guard. So, um, I think I'm gonna fit in well with them, and I'm super excited.
Jacoby, congratulations. Can you take us through the day, what it's been like for you, not just being drafted to the Raptors, but being drafted to the NBA? What did this moment mean to you?
Uh, it meant the world to me. Me and my family have talked about this for a long time. I prayed so many times for just this moment right here. So now that it's finally here, it's just dreams into reality, and I'm just grateful.
Hey, Jacoby, Eric Green from The Athletic. Congratulations. How would you describe your game for people who haven't seen much of you, and how do you like to fit into teams?
I consider myself a competitor, a scorer, and a two-way player, somebody that'll sacrifice their body on the defensive end, and kind of just do whatever it takes to win.
Hey, Jacoby, Aaron Rose from SI.com. Is there something in your game that you're hoping to show more of at the next level?
Yeah, I just hope to show more of my shot creation. I think a lot of people forget that I can score the ball very well. So just I say that part of my game is what I'm trying to show more.
Hey, Jacoby, Adam Mosqueras from the Daily Hive. I understand you have a connection with Trae Young. I was wondering if you could talk a bit about sort of what he's meant to you as a mentor, and if there's any other NBA players that have sort of helped you through this draft process.
Yeah, me and Trey, he gave me the opportunity to play for his team, so we have a great relationship. He just always tells me stay locked in, keep killing. Um, I train with Dame's trainer Phil Beckner, so being around both of them, Dame talking to Phil, talking to me, just give me insight on how to stay humble, stay grounded, and just always stay in the gym. Don't get complacent.
Hey, Jacoby, Chelsea Late from Raptors HQ here. Congratulations. And have you ever been to Toronto? And does anything in particular about playing for the Toronto Raptors in particular excite you as you now head to the team?
No, I never even been in Canada before. This is gonna be my first time, but I'm just super excited for everything, honestly. I know the fan base is great, a lot of support. I mean, we're trying to win championships, so yeah.
Kobe, Savannah Hamilton, NBA TV Canada. What are your personal expectations when you join the Raptors organization?
Just try to make immediate impact in any way I can. Whatever they need me to do coming in, I'm gonna do it for them, and really just try to bring that winning intensity.
Jacoby, it's Doug Smith with Toronto Star. On the broadcast, they mentioned your first name is a rather unique combination of two great basketball players. Has this sort of preordained that you get to this point?
I love hearing Doug Smith talk about black names, bro. It's great. Awesome.
Sorry, say that last part again.
You're preordained that you got to this point with that first name of yours?
I guess so, yeah.
Jacoby, Ryan Wolstaff from the Toronto Sun. Congratulations. I'm just wondering what the Raptors said when they gave you the call when you first talked to them.
Just that they're super excited. Been watching film on me, so they just think it was the perfect fit.
That word we're looking for is fit. It was the perfect fit. All right. We are on one bar. We are perpetually on one bar. I told Rogers, the company, yo, bro, we're doing a live stream. We've been talking about this draft for 2 months. Please make sure I do not have one bar for an hour. But say la vie. I hope it wasn't too choppy. I hope I wasn't too choppy. I hope the commentary was all right. We kind of went through this together. This wasn't meant to be some expertly put together show. This was a community hang. Hopefully, we went through the process together, and hopefully we can go through the process again tomorrow. Thank you to everyone for the super chats. 17 super chats is molto generoso. That's not okay. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging with me here. And yeah, again, look, I don't have an issue with this pick at all. If he is really like a gym rat, is there some sort of DeJounte Murray type of upside with him? Hopefully. Let's hope. The Raptors need talent. It doesn't matter if it's a big, it doesn't matter if it's a wing. They need talented players, because ultimately when you get talented players, you get an asset, you can move off, you have flexibility, right? So I hope that you guys, can support Jacoby, and I hope Jacoby has a brilliant summer league and, a really good rookie year ahead for the Raptors. He seems physically like a guy who can contribute reasonably right away. Probably get some G League reps, right? It was a pretty weak draft. I expect the Raptors to get more value at 31 than they got at 19, though, just being real. So see you in an hour. That's not going to happen. I have a good 3 to 4 hours of work left, and then I got to sleep, and then I got to walk my dog, and then I got to get ready for tomorrow. So, we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll probably start the live an hour before, so that we can actually, talk about it and stuff. And, I'm assuming it's still going to move faster, but I don't know if it does. I think there's more time in between second round picks tomorrow. So, someone saying 3 a.m. stream incoming. It's not. Yeah. The handle will make a difference. Are you saying he doesn't have a handle? Because honestly, in the tape that I watched of him, I wasn't super enamored with his handle or his playmaking. I don't understand the 4 p.m. timing, but okay, NBA. Probably has something to do with advertising, but yes. Bruce Brown still on my team. Heart. That's funny. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. And again, thanks a lot for tuning in. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.